Sport Eramu kama petimi ede ema mofache zene nonsia pepepe intimi ankenja ngumbaro chekomre na nonsia bwere pounds mano mako enson yetima ko sise donkono bebo na ya pejemu na de aba beto so etimi area ma fache sport this is sport na de koma yede ba no edoso ye papa sere no me confirm yede ma salute baku miribintino also Kofi no kokoye ntutu ye no me do beko amano ne the 5 major leagues no na be 4 ni na ne se England FA Cup no e na jebebo no Real Madrid de dinkunim Napoli Kevin De Bruyne asan ababak ni na be na ye the 178 me ba other news here also the other sporting activities no e be remedy America fiena ya ba be din komo Ghana Premier League Monday 25 Hong Kong no Sen City Enra Nations FC bia no against Bechim United ni rebe na yeri update na ba medino ABOU DIABY Ricardo Vaz wa no ne yebenya special guest ba ko beba ababe Ramabi Mohammed bin Nas Lutakin ononso Taichi era feti bread mo omo akabo ma chidi any junior mo MCA omo yejuma era face no abrante friend Lord eji chore no aboana yetimi atwa mana ba no passe no yebe ejuma weekend bia Bash Digital Satellite Omadaroma omo eka bisa so na Royal Age yaka zo mo pindipa no 1000 de omako akwakoramu e wo Dubai a mass recruitment was also once and juma or joining our hene eboa manema kuyerema Millennium Constructions Omadaroma omo eka bi na afi no Gifted Icon season 2 yaka se ne abie pono na to obra na uyo bi aka sahare onim nani so pa oni nyom to anwa baba be pick forms no na aboa na ne makoyie pa etimiera ma Gentleman Dental Clinic Omadaroma na chese dwumadi no ye jipene ewrama yetimi ereba ma na ye fe pa edi ne yedra na yeni nkoma odo no Facebook Fakye TV o join ye wa like wa share wa comment mo message no ye be kinkan etimi ediama still Ghana 69 mudu no yera so mu on YouTube Fakye TV GH wa bomodena wa join ye live wa subscribe ne kama pa yen WhatsApp line no 020-754-3637 020-754-3637 na boa na nema koye pere ama eden ho quick ye koba ya pe medu ro na afia mano ne nsem no Zeni niema didadi na obo modern etimi aretired ya na cheso oberhe na waye ntutue na fe young boxers no wetimi aboa ma niema dida ye pa etimi area ma mo tie ni nkomonima ogidi ze boxing no na aboa amana baba bedu level ya ine ono so akọ etimi akọ kudu nti no ade adani de nyina no respect owo edema game no ahode owo no ya no obepese dan de nyina ode be bram na aboa amana ma koye pere amana nkoma Alexander Usyk modern edini nchimo de ameno say and all the nsem ne die.
Of course, but I will work together in boxing because I want to help young boxers. I want to help all world young boxers and my sport and all sports. Yeah, of course. Listen, I live in I live all my life is a boxing. It's a prepare. It's a hard training. But now I build for myself, for my team, different work. It's investigation for boxing, for business. Yeah, I think maybe future I wanna training one is my son. Maybe it was Mikhail because Kirill wanna.
Nanti anoye command ne yo pomodere baba betu ya cheza pa. Nenkwanda nyine boxing aboa. Amana baba be do level ya. Ozize ne ohwe na bibibia de dina or retire. Obere ne babi wo ye friend Mikhail. Obe training no aba be boxing saze ba kore de e ba no judo ahoro no de nani no achia oye adwuma boa man e makoye pere man yi sema ba eje a return to the ringer. Washa se ani training no oguso a oye ne kakrakra to ohwema e gym no na washa se o training after so ba e ba benya Queenshore Nigeria man namfofo no mienu efi mu no na arehuye papa na so ni nyina mo no wababa ka ohwe no waba aba bebu adwuma na aboa man e ma da ye pa etimiera mom ye fio ne mbra in association football na eni nkoma akra na nra the Spanish Premier Liga ye jepene magimba ko etimi ekoso a na no edin ye papa Celta Vigo ena transyomo esheba koma Real Madrid ekokobo meka mienu a na tesena no edin ye papa na game no nkoma no urema on the 11th minute no ena Leon Chouameni bomodi nya the first goal no etimi erema club e form Real Madrid ko enimu kakra so in the 5th minute no ena Branti ono so ye friend Boha Iglesias bomodi etimi nya equalizer no erema boboko a ye from Celta Vigo eno enanche no na chese 90+4 ena Federico Valverde bomodi esili goals no etimi erema club a ye from Real Madrid boa ma the free maximum point no omonse etimi ke to live on Fakye TV a ober enjoy videos no na boa amane ma koye pa etimi erema na La Liga no matches ane erom no senete Osasuna bobo Real Mallorca no 1 p.m. UD Levante bobo Girona free 15 Atletico Madrid 5:30 bobo Real Sociedad arete beba niama de dia 8 p.m. no omre Barcelona na de bebo ni ochena say na beko BR bobo ko no transfer 1 p.m. no mo ene Elche de abo ni Getafe bobo Real Betis no so no free 15 and Sevilla ebo Rayo Vallecano 5:30 na Valencia ebe John Manaso no mo any Deportivo Alaves e dia buenia and also 8 p.m. na for Monday 8 p.m. no Espanyol any Real Oviedo e betimi e dia bueni no La Liga matches no any sede munsem no esi etie na na ye di erama ebo manema koye pa etimi edmo na mo me this season no Real Madrid o start season no check o players no ejuma o mo bo na eba ni goals a o Asha yesi ne Kylian Mbappe ere bo modern LED ni go involvement no o check your mom 38 goals na assist no wire 5 Vini Junior edu ono so no amo 13 goals assist no wa bo modern ye 11 Ada Gule edu of 3 goals 13 assist na Fede Valverde edu of 3 goals 12 assists Jude Bellingham edu ono so amo 6 goals 4 assists Gonzalo Garcia 6 goals 2 assists and FB that is Rodrigo Goes abo modern ono so no 3 goals 4 assists Brahim Diaz and so a 1 goal 4 assists and Alvaro Carreras and so abomodia 2 goals 2 assists Dean Housen that's a 1 goal na assist no abomodia free Franco Mastantuano and so enya 3 goals Raul Asensio enya 2 goals 1 assist Eduardo Camavinga enya 2 goals 1 assist Leon Chouameni enya 2 goals 1 assist na Ede Militao so enya 1 goal 1 assist eboa mane makoye no Trent Alexander-Arnold so no enya 2 assists na Frank Garcia enya 1 goal na Courtois enso ejana na so no so abomode enya 1 assist ebo mane ma de da yepa etimi erma club no na Federico Valverde era nkofo ebo na baso ni na zo mo girize o check in the last 6 matches wabo the erma club from Real Madrid ejana na so goal involvement na wenya no mako 5 Celta Vigo nya goal against Benfica onya assist ni mienu against Osasuna enso no nya assist na against Real Sociedad no no obo modern no so no otimi enya go tim konfo gidi se ne form no ababaka eboa mane makoyie pa etimi edema no after the game no Vinicius Junior edi nkomo utie ne nkomo na odia Vini edi atuga cheze Madrid Academy boys no obebo mabaso peasants enra ore juma Palacios eba be na Thiago Pitacho starting game no cheze ampa Madrid quality ewo mu youth nima odidi zen kakra ye masa ankwara ne chance a ombehe na omaboa mane makoyie pa edi amomo nyambo a ombebo Manchester City midweek no UEFA Champions League na reason after the game no na areho se na Vini LMP ama Madrid for na so ya ye kakra ne nyina nso already Kylian Mbappe ni wo Rodrigo Goes eni wo ono na ye senior figure obeje ni mu ono wahwe no waboa na game against Manchester City no nyama koyie peri amomti se ne epra eko kokurama na chesa no edimpa to join na live on Fakye TV on se Vini na nra after the game na say Olympic di omugidi se wenye pra ebia club no be assess no na mresi no ye de ho nkoma na aba betuga na boa amane ma koyie peri timi da momo avalo abeloa after the game no so tie nsem ode etuga yesi oyi adagula no na asa akwara no na wudwa kakra ozo no ne bae no na coach under him no wama gule ebobo many position a osanya more minute into ogidi say o make changes bia enya de sebeko akwa for abufu bia etimi edi abizanze ogidi zo no as a coach ne bae no waboa man kakra kwara na confidence no kwa na ekoso no so yenkoma ode etudwa mo fami ramo e wo Ciutat Esportiva 1 Gampa bibi Barcelona for training no nra omo training no so eje pene etimi so na ano edin pass me ma update no Barca prepare ahead of game omone arete bebao ebetimi edi abo eni to join ya na wabo modi no mo training no wa enjoy kakra na aboa na niam de da ye pre timi era man to zampa one Garcia no na ne wa zampa coach friend Hansi Flick nkomo didie no ene niam wodo na ekom no erom kama pass ro etimi edi Emma club no omone arete bebao ebetimi edi abo eni mo ma me omo expected lineup yeze niam ndede diane ombe jama boa mane ma koyie pa etimiera ma club no tumi ma goalkeeper Juan Garcia ebera push no macho no yebenya Yao Cancelo na yenya Gerard Martin Pau Kubasi na Ferry Garcia mfio no yebenya Magbena na yenya Pedri Femi Lopez era ni mo ne be Rafinha Fran Torres era fe Lamine Yamal yeze ne Jesse Abasa beshe no eyo mu gold colors no era mo be ko akwa akobo game no onza na normal circumstances no we Jesse anko mo be ko akakoboda we match nanka omubosru no good nanka down no omaye ne black but as breba for no outfit no unze top ne be red and white na ase ho no aye black enti was a omubo modern na omutimi etata mu se ya na eboa ma bibibia akoyi kama pa so etimi edema club ye from Barcelona enti no so no enkoma baba betodwa no uramo England ye bomode ma the English FA Cup no game back etimi ekoso na ano edin pa join here obe enjoy highlight no ere Wolverhampton Wanderers set transfer mo ehye ba koma Liverpool ekoko bom eka miensa na series yetie Andrew Robertson Mohamed Salah era fiso no orwani echema ene Keti Jones omo nya goals no ede ma Liverpool na Brantia ye friend Hichan Juan enya consolation no ere ma Wolverhampton Wanderers atumuzampa na eno so no game na ano edin papa highlight no na na ogusu a enjoy matches na ebetimi erum no Mansfield Town ebejom na so 12:15 no mane Arsenal edi abweni 5:45 no West Ham ebo Chelsea bobu ko no na 8 p.m. no Newcastle United so no ebebo Manchester City nyambo chana Fulham 12 p.m. mo Bosarante na afi Port Vale bobu ko no ebe trans na 1:30 o mane Sunderland edi abweni Leeds United so no ebebo Norwich City na nyambo Monday West Ham United omo ene Brentford bobuko no ene de ebebweni a ni nyina no eye matches a ejipene na atodwa wo the English FA Cup no FIFA nima yere wonsem no erametimi era already Liverpool for enya qualification no mako akwako Roma the quarter final stage ano edin pa barenra in the game no de na efene se ye boko enimu kakra from 20th minute ne de koro Wolverhampton Wanderers omo supporters no ene Liverpool supporters no ekabuma ene Diogo Jota omo de pay tribute de manamra say na feeling no na ete Antia Moyenra, now just said all what each Japan Kosoa, Utumuza, Branty and their friend Diogo Jota, and a Liverpool NFA, over to wonder some fans in the Kabuman or Mupi tribute, Amanizans or Cordier, Barosia Kedema, Team Sinamianoa, Nina Mona was say, Rena, you show that maximum respect on their boy, Yamako Yepedaman after the game, no, or turn on the inside, Nessa the Liverpool for no, na Omeniagia, na ano Edempire, Courtney and Kokuti Kaka. Antia Moya dear Koku Rama Tumuza Pana no Edia na Eboamane Makoye Pedema Club, your former Liverpool Prizans and Che, Omuku Dincho Waha, her name FA Cup or Maba, or Mababa Benya win after the game no, or Captain Van Dijk, Edin Comedy for Morena, or Monsa Kayen or near Nigia, Iramedama Club on sea, Erodin and Comanche.
How important was it to come back here, put in a performance and get the win tonight?
Yeah, very important, of course. I think it was a very disappointing night. Especially very disappointing last 20 minutes of the game, and we had to make something right here, and obviously the FA was very important for us, like always, but obviously especially this season, I think, and hopefully we can keep going.
Apart from the goals, what felt like the biggest difference this evening?
It's easy to say now, isn't it, because you win, but I think the pace we kept playing, I think there was a lot of
Antia Moya command Virgil Van Dijk Capo Moderia Tuja, Uti Diokan, Nanches important when echo, Etimirama Club and so the coach FN Anna Slot, and so Edin Como, Erefa Arena, or Moba Babignano.
Defeat in the Premier League. What is the mindset of you and your team as you arrive here to face Wolves again?
The mindset of us wanting to do much better than we did when we were here 3 days ago. Because I think we're able to do better, and we should do better if we want to beat them. Because it was a game where we had a lot of ball possession, but not as many chances as I was hoping for. But also enough to win the game. But apparently not, because we lost it.
Antia Moya Comono so Eddie Atuja, Cheso Munya chances out on Anka also Moheda, or more a converted Barina Ba, or Munya Gia Papa, Quara Reswana, your friend Roy Ngumoha, or no Nebomodin, a Timmy Enya, na Jeze, man of the match, I know Dem Papa after the game, no, Rio Ngumoha, a Bomode, the message we, my Liverpool fans, on see, and a Bomode Casedecho.
Support tonight, see you next round. Thank you for the support tonight. See you next round. Thank you for the support tonight. See you next round.
Antia Moya command the Akraketwana, ye friend Rion Gomoha, a Pomodieri to Janra, Nana Modemoniadia, na a was Papa, or no MVP no call, any man on Tida special award no, any kitan after the game no, and a Higo Ikiteki. A Bomodia mascot on Quadano, on your Munine Shishi Rajazena, O Sinsai Nema, Eddie Emoa, na on your Muchicham Funia Hodona Ninamono, na a Bohmanema Koye Petimera Monra, Asana Sobo Modio Mutrinino, Eco so soba reti. Na the Tierese, it also prepare Nema Didadia, or more Nitima, ye former Mansford Town, and a day everywhere ni and a do joining out to Musa Arsenal training, and a coso and red dimpa. Na Muncomono, and Omiza Michaela Teta, Zene Mansford Forum, or me a 10th division club. And already baby or Musio Macano, ne said a name no Isietia, and Yadi Kitwakra. Na Mukako Remno Page no, a Benyan Susan so mu game no swana. No, you said I may give Nebe fair, away free cup Nintino, and I had teams in Kitwasi, Ninya, Quenya, a bow mufi, say, and I'm Michaela Teta, a din common the chair.
Ask about the pitch, why? Well, there's not a lot of grass in certain areas. I don't know, but it's the beauty of this competition as well. You have to go there, you have to adapt. We have been playing, since I was little, we were playing those stadiums or worse. We need to adapt to that context and play those.
There's been quite a few upsets this season. You as a player, is there a FA Cup game that you look back on and think?
I don't want to put that negativity like that.
Antia Moya commanded Michaela Teta, a Pomodieri Tuja, Nas Mame, Mansford Town Forum Stadium, no. Said I make you a 3rd division club, Uramo England, or more age man. As this stadium, the capacity no, 10,022. Now, over City na ode to so na ohwe a utumu zampa a stadium asi so yi papa bare ne no na be host that game na omo supporters no ehwe ni mu so omehwe na omo abomodin akọ ejuma na aboama na ma da yi pere amom nti omo stadium no ya na uzampa as a kitty na so ni nyina mo no omo gidi ze big game I was omo ko ekoko boana na ma da din pere mo na ra ahead of omo training no omo ba be ye no na ne no omo bizo omo players is a big game na ebe koso ne no there no omo no hwe ni mu say no omo players no echecho omo nsem ni mu.
Arsenal game. Intense. Exciting. Mental. Exciting. Easy. Good day out. Yeah.
That's more than one.
Yeah, good day out. Incredible.
Eventful.
Exciting. Exciting. Exciting.
Exciting.
Electric. Important. Sensational.
Fantastic word.
If I know, I'll change my word. I'll change my word.
LTL Warrior Commando when he HMO Mansfield Town. Omo aswe omo players na bomode edi yere afa big game na he omo Arsenal ebetimi edi abo eni no eno ho nkoma na ne no omo dia yere ho nsem no era betimi era mashli ko ezo se nkofo ekika ka se Arsenal ball no enye fe eno ozo no oye coach na oba be coach Arsenal na ebi owa kwanya so obekan bi but I'm a former player no ogiri se sa nkomo no ehu hia ne ren ne ba ehia de ma club no.
To be honest, I don't think anyone should care if I like it or not. You know, I'm not the manager of either of them clubs, and you know, one day if I stand here as a manager of a club, I certainly know the way I will play. Do I like?
LTL Warrior command Ashley Cole. Abomode timi area to yare afa Arsenal bobo kuno anko for complaining so fleet omo ball no enya kono no ze no no hia de hia no ren no ebi onu ye coach Edema club na nko be nko obefa so a obetimi ebibi etimi ere afa ho nkoma ori ababa betudwa eno no na Luis Bernadette abrante ogbo edwuma edema Pamarish bobo no do wani chemo Brazil mpatamo a yezi ne Arsenal show interest wa abrante mu wenya 19 years na the etieneze obo Arsenal for no offer 10 million pounds senke be ya enka Pamarish bobo nje nanka yema Bernadette emma me join omo ne omo embo edwuma na omo zo obo catch omo ze hwe we o release cross o the release cross no 100 million euros eno na open na jesu oba betwi ansa na waba aba be join no so no wetimi abo edwuma manema akoye peri amanra Arsenal captain Martin Odegaard kokoro mu a na one Arsenal mo central for bi didi nkoma no bi zanze na ne documentary no mo aye no wenye bi ahwede na dia no be kan dia fa ho no yi kakra de che no say no Odegaard edi ne nkoma no.
Good people around.
Have you seen anything from
seen
them?
Nothing.
Right, this is going to be great. Okay, we're going to put a bit of your documentary on. Let's have a look.
We met here at Arsenal, no? So when was it? 2023?
Yeah.
So, and then, just became friends and...
Why was it so hard?
I don't know. This guy, can't take him seriously.
We don't need to speak about football abilities, but just as a human, I remember when I joined the club, you know, it's always tough for new players to come in, I think, or I'm like very shy, and then he messaged me straight away and said like whatever I need. Yeah, honestly.
Oh, love dear Chobebo Modena documentary no about Titi Kakra and ye 80 Medici Martin Odegaard or Nigeria to Muzampa the Bibia Dana Kama Pedamano Charles in so in Africa Pebo Resam Ra or Wanichemo Koba Mamotrin no 80 year to us so said Ra me bo voices in Ibi Eche no Liam Rosignon a confirming say game we don't obey involve Chelsea in kwara ni bi no maba aba bebo adwuma boama na ma de ye pa etimi ede amomo EPL Premier anaze bono English Premier League player of the week ako era ma João Pedro Chelsea omo player no omo say na otwe mu no ope player obo adwuma pa na cheze ne modern workshop pa midweek we ya na cheze yo no amti ono na omo bo modern etimi ede ewura mo kama pa ede mana London na was no na Igo Thiago Eko Kokura mo Brentford omo striker no na omo biza na say o free Gremio bibia Luis Ronaldo shase no ba bewura mo EPL no but as oba no wa fa ne scoring boot na goals no sha no sha den Brazil league no emu den no emu din nti no ba ye wa ba bewura mo kama sa no assettle yie na say e no bo modern eya no.
So
it's a Premier League, isn't it? So everyone wants to play in the Premier League. So yeah, I'm happy with this season, and I'm really happy.
A very good season with the form that you're having. Are you thinking about the World Cup with Carlo Ancelotti in the summer?
Of course. We always think about World Cup, and I hope I can have my opportunity and take care of that.
Yeah, I hope.
Ati amo ye komo de atuja chese ipi onya akwanya na ba showcase already mu se World Cup no obeko akwa jama bojuma era ma Brazil mine Manchester United fans na pala nra maybe catch all the United for 2026-2027 season no across areas na bibia na cheso ma bomodi omo take it no season 1 no omo etime increase no 5%. Yes, United fans no as omo giri se pinfo ya any club ne show monsa no niam bi omo ye no e ya de mwa matim no emfa ne ntoma pinfra izazen komo no omo ni omo di no omo dwen ho omo ntiase omo tiase zo omo dwen ho ntine ezo omo kuku no e ya de apaya ano e din de wonsem no ewura metimi e de ama lutin town omo coach ne Jaco we share e na nra oba be din komo of the game e dan any weekend no omo bisa no se na wa hutare amos per game na omo bo no nzo wo Arsenal no omo yo omo rivals na dabi obepe zo nya qualification fi League 1 no eba be Romo Championship ni ma one tore amos pe be share wa na say e no bo modern e ya no.
The dream would be for me to manage Luton in the Championship. Yeah, I think I watched a little bit of Tottenham last night, and I've said it a lot of times, and believe it or not, a lot of my family are Tottenham fans, and over the years we had some really good banter about it. But no, at the moment my dream is to manage Luton in the Championship, and it might be.
Ati amo ye koma ne wa bomoderi atuga ne de so no zeri in the Championship or the Luton for no ebebo beba no be share to Ramos pa na de so no e ya dia abampa Troy Deeney azuzo girize niama na e kono ne sere to Ramos pa na mu no e leadership problem na ne emane mankoye emfama club no.
For 2 years now, who are the leaders? Who are the ones you go, right, that person I can rely on? You can throw James Maddison and people like that in it. If you could only name me 1 or 2 of a group of 25 people, we're in trouble. Because you need 8 real leaders, you need 3 or 4 that are going to be disappointed that they want to leave, and then in the middle is the swing group. And if your group here of 8 people, they should be able to bring more of these on side. Because there's going to be people that are left out, people that are injured. All these things all happen. So there's a big swing group. But you need a bigger, this end has to be bigger than this end. And at the moment for Spurs, there's so many people looking for the exit signs that the swing group now is going towards this. And it's blame, it's excuse, it's not my fault. What are we supposed to do? And until that cycle's broken, they will get relegated if it carries on like this.
Yeah, it's too late. Yeah. They're already in.
Ati amoye komani Troy Deeney apo moderi atu ya cheze leadership problem nembwa ma ne manko ye kra emfama Tottenham bobo kono no so no yere won 7 aba betu ya ye romo the German Bundesliga 1 na ye ni komonra game no back etimi ekoso na seni siete Bayern Munich eti Borussia Mönchengladbach ebomo eka bako mako enan a omo etimu bako na senator Luis Diaz erafi Konrad Laimer ebomo dinya goli bijama Musiala erafi suno urweni echema ebiti se Nicholas Jackson esili go suno de emo na enwechi no yewo Moya onya consolation no etimi edema bobokwa ye from Borussia Mönchengladbach ene Manchester area no FC Heidenheim ebebo Hoffenheim erafi Freiburg suno ebo Bayern Leverkusen, Mainz 05 ebo Stuttgart Bobokono, RB Leipzig ebo FC Augsburg, era Wolfsburg so ebo Ambega FC. Sa match is ni na 2:30 era 5:30 no FC Köln and so no ebo Dortmund Bobokono chira game back ebo no St. Pauli e German so no Eintracht Frankfurt area bweni 2:30 p.m. na Union Berlin ebo Werder Bremen and so no 4:30 p.m. na that match no Jepene etimi erama ano edi papa na Luis Diaz and Confort Airborne Basso say, we don't feel Liverpool eba be Ramu El Bobo from Bayern Munich or Australia, no, the numbers in the idea insane. About 35 games ashe 20 goals and why 16 assists. Do check here 35 games, 36 goals involvement. Yes, every 80 minutes no obomode involve no in a goal. Chelsea Luis Diaz ni juma no bono adia no dempa paranra. The frepare is a bo game no ekwedimu kakra on the 61st minute no acquire swana ye friend Mecom Cardozo e Brazilian Obaba Biramo ebe Conrad Lima na akwada no na ne papa game no member we sonama baba bitie ni interview no na mom ne papa no ye friend Douglas Cardozo na game no all right then e bade baby ram no and a papa the book to do TV na no see rade me dase me pa na ne me nyo bia me ba kwada 17 years wanya akwenye besi akan era ma big club to say Bayern Munich ma yentie kakra time no mo de ne ba ne papa Douglas Cardozo obo mo de ne niama no ye no sei na isi etie.
Obrigado, meu Deus, que o seu nome santo seja exaltado. Boa, meu garoto! Valeu! Na casa mais segura do país, a casa de apostas é só escanear.
Eltine papa no your friend Douglas Cardozo, a former player or more a Brazil for to a former footballer no so no bobia and an nene at the age of 17 wa baba benya kunya bojuma and my Bayern Munich bobo kono after the game no Mecom Cardozo ebomode kasa na say na kwada no edin nkomoche.
I'm very grateful and to play with FC Bayern, the best team in the world, was a pleasure, and I'm gonna keep working and keep playing with them. That's awesome. Thank you very much.
Eltia Moye command na akwara na efeni Mecom Cardozo area baba betuya. Yesu otimi boss ringa, etimi boss right back. And also echi no we di 17 years. So me a Brazil for obekia na obo ejuma etimi de ma Bangkok Christian College FC e Thailand. And akwenya ne baba be ramane wa baba be ramu yejuma e ma ban bobo koninti no onya ne first game a emze niji sema eko area ma ebusua na ohwe said ne papa ne tewa origini a na echezampa e ade a eboama ne makoye pa etimi ede ema team na eboama ne makoye so ere ma abusuafo no yenko yenimi ni nkomo eterncy a nra game ba ko etimi ekọ so Napoli etra Diego Armando Maradona Stadium echi Torino ebo meka ba ko mo entimi ante tiene ene Caesar Casadai enya consolation no edema Torino boboko no ena fi Alexis Santos enya goal edema Napoli no echi no ena Jeff Elmas ebomode ere second goal no episo ema boboko a ye from Napoli a ejeze game no na no edinti highlight no ena won enjoy na match se be ram no Cagliari Calcio eboboko mo 2 p.m. Atalanta Bergamo ebobo Udinese Calcio eno ye 5 p.m. Juventus ebejo mo na so na 7:45 no omoni pizza ede abuani Nyamboa ochena Manchester be ram Lecce ebo Cremonese 11:30 am na that game no ekoso Bologna 2 p.m. ebo Hellas Verona na Fiorentina 2 p.m. corner ebo Parma Genoa ebe jomo na so na 5 p.m. on the air show ma edi abweni na bibibia de dia 7:45 no na big game no eji Pinero de Milan derby AC Milan no so no ene Inter ebe bweni na Afri Jordan tima ye from SS Lazio so no ebe bo Sassuolo Calcio tie no matches a eji Pinero so ana no dempa barenra eniji semaba ni nyina na se Kevin De Bruyne ababak na yebo game no ekwa animu kakra na oresere ne City a on the 79th minute no ba eba be Alisson Santos edino Kevin De Bruyne no all dida na supporters ne ya na anu dempa after 132 days a onye pra na Belgium mine tete no mo high ze anhwekra World Cup no ontimi nkobi emfa mo no wa baba be rama oba be boama bibia akoyi kama pa so etimi edi amoma na nra komodidie mu no na former player edema Fiorentina obuejuma etimi edema AC Milan bobo konidi no ye friend Giancomo Bonaventura ebo modern e confirm yes e retire at the age of 36 as the last team oboy Al Shabab na yina no na ye nkoma odi ahead of a big game ebeje pini akoso wo Ilim Patamoro na say no bo modern edi nkoma fa na retirement no say era Giancomo Bonaventura
process. When did you know? For me, it was injury. I played 2 years. I was never the same. How was that process for you?
Yeah, it comes quite natural for me because the last year I played, I started not to enjoy anymore as before. So I didn't have injuries or physical issues, but just this I didn't feel the passion I had before. You know, when I was like 2-3 years ago, I was waking up in the morning and couldn't wait to go to the training center. I start to feel less this feeling. So then my contract.
Eltia Moye command agent Como Bonaventura, Apomodere Atuja, Dako, or sorry, no hair near Mabia Cornea, the Onze Susupe, when I'm and rated to a retired age of 36. After no, and if that's an Inter AC Milan give no, what bubia, Yamwa give no air course weekend D na sa match and also Diana Oka Ere found sin and also Bomo they didn't come on.
Somebody who never got to do that, obviously.
Yeah, the days before the matches are very stressful because everyone, journalists, the television, they are speaking, and so you feel the pressure. So as a player, better to switch off everything, television, phone, and then you know, it's a match that many millions of people, not only in Italy but all over in Europe and USA, everywhere they watch. So you feel this pressure, and when you come to the stadium, when you step into the pitch, most of the time derbies stadium is full. So
Eltia Moye command agent Como Bonaventura, Apomodere Atuja the gamer. Ano edempa se Geoffrey Kasafa hon omo players no ne supporters no ze Obabi Ramo Stadium where say the did this room no ya na no Eden Zlatan Ibrahimovic Ibrakadabra ono de emze wa body ama teams na mienu nyina na Ibra ahead of Milan derby no ono so abomode akase de afa na say and a question so mubi say ano no ne nkoma wadi no say no abomode akase de fa.
Zlatan, just tell us maybe about your favorite memories from the Derby della Madonnina. I'm sure you have plenty.
I have one in we played the Supercoppa. I was not here, was actually in China. We beat them and we had a nice trip home, 20 hours with the trophy, so that was a nice one.
And for fans that have never watched a Derby della Madonnina, what can they expect from the atmosphere in the San Siro?
You can expect a lot of noise, a lot of cheering, a lot of whistling if it's not going good, a lot of support. Listen, is the game of the year. Nothing is wrong. Everything is just wow.
Eltia Moye command wa Bomode di Elbojuma wo Milan Bobo Kona so eti say game of boy ewo Milan derby na niji epa de na wo esi Milan omokoche Inter ewo China eti omo no the game we no ba they were expecting ye didi pa na a game ano ed into Giuseppe Meazza San Siro Nema did a big game no yabaje penena na ewram na aboa ma nema koye so etimi edi amomona ye ko enim no no me confirm ye de ma say Paulo Dybala also in Kotudwi na obekwa akwa ese nura no eno anema did din e ma bibia koye kama pa Stuart Villa okokura mu ye surgery na after no ena onzi Dybala ebomodin Africa no akọ to aso na wahwe na bibibia akoye kama so no etimi ere ama no ntino Paulo Dybala no ena onze ni no wakọ ama ne nkotudwere me se ya hwehwe awuwurama ye baako mienu bia ni nyina mu no rese ache abosome baako mienu ntem no obe recover no waba ababijana na so abo ama bibia akoye pa so no etimi ere ama no ano no the French Ligue 1 game baako a ekọ so no na ano eden pa na Parc des Princes ore sere nema city a eni Paris Saint-Germain transfer omo ehye bako ema AS Monaco kokobo mo miensa na no eden papa bakula eninya consolation no ede ema boboko a ye form PSG enu echi no uwe ma Akliochi enya go ni biere ma Monaco ena afi Golovin so no ede bi eka ona balogun no mo ene bomodin esili goals no ede ema Monaco ana no ede na French Ligue 1 match se be ramu ne no Nantes boboko ebebo ongie ere 4 p.m. and after there, Airbus Strasbourg 6 p.m. Through Airbus Olympique Marseille 5 p.m. Nebe Ramon Nyambo Chana Long Airbus Met Bobokuno 2 p.m. and a Starbre Airbus Le Havre and no 4:15 and a 4:15 corner Le Metropole Airbus Lorient and a Nice in so 4:15 corner Airbus Stade Rennes and a 7:45 for no Olympique Lyon Betransonal Mane Paris FC etimi de aboninti no Air French Ligue 1 matches are Japan etimi akomnamra after the game game no or on the field of play set a pitch and also AS Monaco players no a Germany after so more and against Paris Saint-Germain Jezampa na Jezeno mani agiye papa exams omugiri se nema koyera momo on pitch no say na feeling no isiete LTM no de no call Kokurama na is AS Monaco they the fourth time at this season more any PSG Boboko no and so Eddie Ebo ani adia na urama mo dressing room and nije ne den because we no aba say no baba she PSG woni fi ne nyaade keto ase na feeling it here Etia no ya nije ano call Kokuramo ewo AS Monaco mo dress room izaze renaba etimiera mo after the game no ene Luis Enrique enso edi ne nkomo de atuga no na omo bizaze ogide se still o metimi age league ni de si omo na so ana o so ono ni team no jomudi na ogiri se ejuma omo bono kwembia so no ombebo mo de na league no omo jeri si omo na so no Mendes so after the match utie ono so ne nsem o de tuga ozi we na enye physical na omo bizaze Chimara nya physical spiritual no zemo nte de meche na se eze kofo hu ni se brand ade ram ni we abat enye saa na tie ntwodie na ana abanti o mekonkoden akọ manim na aboa amane ma de di impetimi edi amomo Yeromo Brazil enra me confirm here ma se yes Lengard ababa be rabe ejuma de ama Corinthians bobuko no e Brazil patama na the first time Oramu Koko Ramu training ground so emiti the technical team no emiti team doctors no emiti painful ahodo na do join here video no ne da so ne medical ne ade after say no Koko Ramu Eko gym na for san join team na omu training no Oramu na ma de da ye pa e team yere ma no ba ye sign bibia wie no sare no me chose jersey number 77 e de ama no odin comedy che Corinthians fans no na ne first message o de ma no say na yes Lengard the
fans at the airport, and you know, Fakye India, you know, there's a lot of passion I feel with the fans, which is amazing to see. The facilities here are amazing, and you know, and the lads, you know, they welcome me with open arms. You know, the coach, the CEO have been really good to me. So, you know, first impressions, really happy, and I can't wait to get going.
Thank you. Altia moye command no yes Lengard apomoderia tuja na jeze nini ajepa so ababira mo Corinthians bobuko no omo eba baba yejuma na no o twen ne ho pre no pa se ne obenya first game Ediama club no na nema akoyera mo nas mame Argentina o ma wejesi na omode be yejuma ewo World Cup nim no nyamboa Mexico Canada US 2026 Argentina o ma wejesi ne no ne daso no na jesi na papa eze no mbabo mode na World Cup no o mode aye ejuma na aboa na bibia akoyie pa etimiera mo store yera so jama aye di World Cup no nkomo no a Spanish national team coach your friend Luis de la Fuente a confirm say World Cup we oba countries mienu a oyo man ne o mo bebo wo so ye careful pa African countries mienu yedi kan no si Morocco man no era fi Senegal oni omo baba bishia na wanye careful waso be hie papa izanzo ze qualities nkofo mienu we ne wo ne ejuma omo baba ere ade ano edin papa na ano ne catch ze Mohamed Wabi ono ne appointed so mbra na the Moroccan national team no oni omo be ejuma yes yo ba ye friendly matches e dan anim no provisional man lister odi akwa efi no metete ze se Akim Ziyech obo ejuma de ma work wasantonsa etimi e dia friend or steady abrantie no se money obone no ano be kukrama e likely say the final squad no Ziyech so no ebe mekina aboa na bibia adeda ye prayer etimi e dia ma no Elman Ndiaye eye Senegal ni ono so bo ejuma edema Everton wakasa zo no ne nkwada bremina na opeso oba bebo edema Senegal man no say na Elman Ndiaye apomode area tuja.
But yeah, it's just since I was young I've always had that feeling. Obviously I just wanted to play for Senegal, and here I am today. You know, after when we won it, you know, seeing obviously the people that I know, my friends, family, you know, happy.
Anti amoye komane elman indiaye apomodere aba betuja osi so nyina na opeso obo adwuma ma Senegal ma no tinini age zenene de so abama obo adwuma timere ma Senegal na nra so no Inter Miami after so oboko ekokuru am the White House no omo ebomoden esan kokoto aso nra orowani HM Baltimore omo arrival no na eze Leo Messi ene bomodel lead team no na omo ni DC United ene de ebobo ani no amame training no so say na si call Messi ball na obo na Kevin akwa she na omo ni DC United game be call so M&T Bank Stadium eze asa na o check ticket tomato a 62,000 tickets no matter omo se Andrews game ne nshase no na stadium a efa nipa 71,000 no omo odiri se ayema na aboa na bibibia akoyie pa etimi edi amomezanze eze game a Messi wom no era afi DC United for na nkasa no ori ahun si isi omo ya na yezo omo twen sampa niam abededa yie pa etimi edi amom na eze Messi kokoko ro the White House no na asam na still kofo guso eka ze ohwe sere niam esietie ni di Europa omo se alita wa visit White House ama streaming no nipa hwepa no asa now still Cristiano Ronaldo eze Ronaldo call White House no nipa na ejina so hwe ne live no 10.7 million and you know or compare Ali Diarra mo White House so a basketball player eze ne oyo obi okomrika zo oyo obi otwi Formula 1 oyo obi a ze ne oye debe eze Cristiano Ronaldo still record da sukra no nanu Inter Miami for no kra koko ram no omo anya sa viewership no omo zo check Ronaldo call no live stream no na 10.7 million na nkofo gina so a na omo hwe nkoma na on President Donald Trump ebabo modern etimi akwa dinti eza pepe eni si etie mrani nti no yenwe na yemfa ma no ne nsem ne mpem na afi enkonko ram na abidwafo ne mra na yempa pa mu kama pa entimi afa ma store wadwen chero obetimi de abare bebe kenkeri amao 0207543637 0207543637 on Facebook no kwa Fakye TV o join e wo ho a na wabomode etimi eja message no eno so yebe na ya kenkeri ama menko on Facebook na menwe de aba be ram na yenko anim ma oze ne na ko abu diabi na ko chama me giriza boko de justice dawa Nidiano, good morning, Fakye Sport. I'm A-Money from Techiman. More update on Real Madrid and Afi Mauze Martin Bauer. Good morning, DIABY. I'm enjoying the show in a comfort zone of my room. Greetings to greet a special one for me. I'm Sekaik from EG. Bono East. Dachi Hene Kobe. I'm Kobe from Abuon Team. Fantastic show. Wasu Adams, I'm enjoying the show live inside for you, Chrome, Bono East region. Wasu Adams, AK4 News, Abu Dhabi. Former student of Techiman and Jaco Community Day Senior High School. I did update on Manchester City, and I'm maybe so say, good morning, guy. I'm Eric from Kumasi. Yesterday, Wolves got their revenge from messing with the greatest club in England, Liverpool. You never walk alone. And I'm also Luis Nana Amwakwata. Happy Super Fabulous Day to the queen of my heart, Mrs. Portia Amwakwata. Wishing her a day as bright and beautiful she is. May God bless her more. From husband Luis Nana Amwakwata. Nedi ono so ebo modere ba babe ramo or if you are see for soon ba ebo Cisco the ambo. Good morning, champion Abu. I'm watching live at Kawasa Kraka, St. Paul SHS. Fakye Sport is not about only sporting activity, but it educates, motivate, encourage, and it cherish listeners and viewers because of the competent people serving. Yet as a great Mugabe watching the show live from Brekum Kutre, #1. Thank God of football will favor. Now they thank God of football will favor Barcelona tonight. From Great Mugabe, Brekum Kutre, #1. Kofi Ajiman, good morning. Watch you live inside Pig Farm Accra. Biaga, good morning. Watch you live inside Akima Safo. And a Starboy watching the show live and clear out from Bim Airport. Champion Abu, more fire and a bombardier or non sono 80 Eddie Etoa. So, Duzo the Reba making kind of everlasting anointing. Watching the show live from Cape Kusabra. Keep up the good work and a Bantama Bequi single. Hala Madrid Ata Julius. Please update Mbappe and Steven Baffo. Nidiano, good work, keep it up. And I'm also Marco Usu Snyder. Good morning, Abu. I'm Snyder. Watch you live from Akruya. #2. Barcelona is going to win by 4-0. And greetings to Hernandez Boga, Iceman, Shamak, or Paris Sistefia. Rebecca, and Jennifer Pukia. Honorable Abedi Kwara. So I'm very happy my darling club Liverpool got revenge on Wolves to book their place in the FA Cup quarter final. But come Sunday, Really Phobia will beat Barsekoli Stars by 3 goals to 0. Hi to Mama Soldier of Kwaraso and I'm a pretty inside Amstead Mampong Campus. Yoreba Ebi Ram on to the Anamanda. A bear can Kate me. I'm on the WhatsApp line 020 754-3637 020-754-3637 and also Merena me etimi edifiot ma mena mo kitua bi me ba ya pe abia foro wa yira na afi komono ato aso da ma ye ba sisi a 7 and call YouTube Fakye TVGH okwa na wa subscribe ne kama pa na ya call ye nim na bibia daddy gwa you be say bibia boko there menzo mo ye pa na 69 ohun so
just a
normal day okay
Adam for who's one.
Hey, comfort Germany pa. Hey, comfort Germany. Time on also a Sunday and also a Friday. People really enjoy yesterday night.
Oh, okay.
It was like good enjoyment for some people. But I don't media there.
Because Friday night you know, you more and peppy that.
Yeah.
And on Friday night you know so. So do and you go deep into the night by 6. Yes, all word you mom.
Yeah.
Until when you genuinely cut it short. You know. And share down so na me share down who videos be asa.
And I cover Germany, I didn't know as in Dunkayelo, then yard ketwa. And then right from time and a show no. Na BBN go stars so hosti Bichim United. Na omone omobona Bichim all abe obu team no omre e ko na asa match na say because that no na Bichim bobo ko ba.
No much.
No omone BBN go stars from 1-0. Me say 10 minute penalty na. Miami pa Vincent I think I die. A bomb dear convert here. Do you know almost any no? Say 6 match there. Include I think they be any Dunko no fe and as a mampon. Mampon is also Matizia 6 match. Yeah, na a solid all pa. I don't pick I mean Miami pa oshi. And then artist ne a yodi or more kuku ramo. Dunkwa yellow na nya de ketwa kradi ogunko di said no amena me boabo mo akodunkwa
o some meet you
na for the buy it na was a big crash o keke na the bank na no so there me say ka be so me for the first time
ka go witness
say near makakra
dunkwa yellow na ye twemia say me kobat na me ko enye
oh okay
na me ko enye ana ma cheche twemia say me nko but I'm going ye. But I'm for German said, "Oh, can I never tell me 1 time so I may share Rapaholic, Kaka, Zaja, some Shesako, dear no mammy, the signature dance, and the other.
And I'll lose an cruise in an ammo.
Now, Uncle me, Uncle Juani. So, can Uncle Juani? Yes. Now, Nami walk me, Yenoma Nami monitor funny face, mini pass on your muscle corn in Kalano. Some monitor will be as well in a more. I made them on here. Now, when I say me share with JC, na me na muana, ade achi na ade asa.
A nice experience. Yes, but Ghana 70, 69. Only said it.
Ghana 70 be see exactly a year today.
Yeah.
Exactly a year today. See, Ghana was 70 years. I didn't them say Saturday, and then no be see.
At a special occasion, I think that arrangement on be here for. Krobia be delayed.
Of course. Krobia be delayed. Ghana at 50. No man see you. Any pa you know. Ghana at 50 no buy no na. There be any pan nampa ne cap ya ma be kra na wo su. E chenne na see anya me pa exactly a year today. Ghana was 70 years. Wow. You been more Ghana to to man so can be your own view. One of the name nice.
You're quite you never said no. I'm going to do it with dear. Hey.
I'm beginning to think say me can't say we want more now on tears but to more looking at new me aside players now kasa performance I'm not talking about or more skill set and how good they are in the previous season or in the team that they played, but I'm talking about the output. I'm talking about the performance they are giving Real Madrid in Premier. That makes me think a team more because if you look at the performance say compare or when Barcelona I na untimin compare ni because obia on the style of play. But in games like this, no, you could see say Barcelona is simple. They will do it simple. But as to the reason why you why not still Real Madrid area in contention for La Liga, no still But if you go back and you want to think about it and you want to assess and see reasons behind it. It's probably only because of Mbappe's goals our share starting season. You know. That is the only thing that I keep Real Madrid in the team. Look at the 87th minute. The chance are as per saying.
Yeah.
If that had been in the net and a different case, I didn't come again. Abrante Fan Thibaut Courtois needed to be the man again, saving Real Madrid. A lot of things are echoing. So if you look at Real Madrid team Nankasa, now you fun, now you game now. You ask yourself a lot of questions. But that is how Anomano and you need the right players and they performing the way they have to perform. Look at the 2023-2024 season. When Real Madrid won the La Liga and won the Champions League on top of it. Look at the team Anomodebo. That season, Jude Bellingham had 23 goals or so in 42 matches, as I say. And you ask yourself, say, and you're one the same Jude, no, though injuries near the other day, but when he in the team goes, Nimpumba. But you ask yourself and you see, say, the supplies that now from midfield, probably from Toni Kroos, no, is something that it's never happening again in the Real Madrid team. And the reason why a course of Real Madrid part of the way AC course you. So you look at the team, no, and you see that there are some individuals in the team they left and Real Madrid and place you and no any said no one and Swiss qua Real Madrid able. Because if you look at Toni Kroos or free Real Madrid team anymore, they've not had a midfielder like him. And I always say you can't have Toni Kroos again. But you can have someone that probably only Toni Kroos a Jumano to the apex, only the same. But so you know about game now, or Toni Kroos output, you know, be 70 to 75%. And if you get such a midfielder, that is the way to go. But in the Real Madrid team, if you look at the team now, Tchouaméni and Camavinga sometimes in midfield.
Yeah.
You know, nobody can give you the output of Toni Kroos up to even 50%. And that is the reason why you see Real Madrid suffering. For Toni Kroos in China, Luka Modric a free moko in recent times. The kind of performance he was giving Real Madrid, no, you will not get from any of the Real Madrid midfielders currently up to bare 50% of Luka Modric's performance. That is a problem for Team FN of Real Madrid. So the replacement, people that they needed to replace, you know, I think Fakye, and it's the more reason why you see Real Madrid suffer, and they are only in the title competition because of DIABY Real Madrid. Teams share Real Madrid and then it's Ruho. I say they can't express themselves as the way they have to express themselves. Then Real Madrid and so at the echo. So the workers said no, we know. He drew 90 minutes walk on. Now Busan said, hey, for a win with free about Real Madrid. But they find a way to win the game. And now, if your performance against Celta Vigo, then you'll be thinking about Yamepa midweek, the Champions League that Real Madrid against a team like Manchester City. They've had their own problems. They've not been the Manchester City in recent times. But if your Real Madrid team now compare BBA Manchester City so far more, you can't even say Real Madrid into that game and you give them even bare 50% chance of cry. This is football and this is Champions League there. But Real Madrid team a team what to say and in recent time this is and our caucus or the replacement, the coaches and Obibiara and so but team now and team is the only reason why team Real Madrid suffer. And if say Barcelona now Emma this Real Madrid team in any way it may La Liga now, and almost we need to ask them questions. Barca they've had their problems, but Real Madrid team not that home team. Real Madrid team shouldn't be a team that competing for La Liga. So what La Liga no? That be the players available, the output they are giving Real Madrid. Me want still get here. Yes, Real Madrid at Barcelona achieve 1 point. Do Barca were game in hand, but I say Real Madrid don't achieve 1 point. And if they failed, now Real Madrid they can probably win the La Liga. That be it shouldn't happen. Team the performance then yeah. You watch ABOU and you see say results no kuye kakra or in favor baby. But you see no man sense from the way no one NCC go. You can't see the direction. You can't see how clear Real Madrid is, man. And I think it's a problem for Real Madrid. The only bright spot in the Real Madrid team is Ranchefen Adagule, because he's had 8 assists this season. And that is the only thing that we can say. I'm not Real Madrid for no ABOU again. Because he's a player that number for GD is Carlo Ancelotti needed to give him time. Now we need time now. But from Alonso's time and Abeloa's time, given the opportunity, Wachere say whoever cried, whoever campaigned, so no other goal in be mono. He's in the place and the performance he's giving, I think they're a good performer because 8 assists, I think that is not bad. And yet easy to wear Real Madrid's JC and be getting those assists. Yes, so I think that he's done well. And Real Madrid team Nankasa this season so far. So if you're playing the team and you've been able to get that sort of assist, I think that he's really done well. And Real Madrid need to find a way to get results in a convincing manner. In the last 15 years, dear, in terms of performance, maybe a Real Madrid team will be to my West.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Because in the a bit team in the West in the last
50 years.
Looking at performance and players he done the day. Almost competing for the title, no, like Ghana perform. In the last 15 years, I will trim pan also by him na performance and players ne dey Emma Kwaku.
Because they win a war for pa.
Kwaku dey performance no. The performance no. The only thing that be able bring one is here omu compete for La Liga.
Yeah. And they are in the Champions League.
They are in the Champions League. And on two back say, oh, Real Madrid team here. But oh, hey, game ni di. Now share the materials are married war. And the performance of one them is the only thing that comes to mind. Say, I'm a Real Madrid team we performance now players neighbor. But why the worst Real Madrid team the last 15 years?
Oh, only sure the Brown also can't be.
Okay, can't be. Instead of Real Madrid no. The squad size are Real Madrid war. Celta Vigo ntimi nyabi. Villarreal ntimi nyabi. Unya Atletico Bilbao so ono so bi. Unya Osasuna, unya Getafe, unya Espanyol. And nothing about Real Madrid no. Everything about Real Madrid no eso their wage bill or more players salaries no. Bamu now here no see nchen the supporters, the revenue, everything. Nti matches from one season those sign doors. So when you are doing the recruitment, when you are bringing in players, you need to factor all of these things into it and you add to your team. Ntina saman for your budget to BBM your miscellaneous to a children say asem sia. Me am to me your budget in kasem more miscellaneous because capre no kura me nibi.
Awa go je bia
to a children. Bampanim for almost a cow to bet my budget. No ye bia to a children say me your budget akwa ye renting. But renting meaning say bia meje dan no be say me painting nya dia do say me design do mtimi de miscellaneous ato akire ba me ko gidan na se de mutie bia hwe ya medamu sa me ni miscellaneous bia eno na kirewo nipa ketwa nipa kese.
But I did that recently na tizeda na wo kan previous years no Madrid the players in a bar akese enko but we dey prepare am na be to say nkra no kra bi start you
nkra no bi from
but almost be se mezo men kan mani about 10 years in the season when Madrid and Crown no mabobo bi pa
yeah
oh well last day me was na Aguado na ball that be almost a damage Jimenez so no ball Jimenez be obe ball right back o baby o manya nkra bi so ama na ba be ball left back ni bi da
midfield or grad
am na kra yi start here ai Thiago Pitac and no start na mo zo mo de young ones ni so bi ba we ram tikwa the season we no supra how money ade. And I expect this how we cause of last time common na mudi say is a matches na e packed. The one who here prepare
Injuries no kra no aye fair part to Real Madrid and it's because ABOU FIFA Club World Cup no man call my name sir. Teams now omo call my name in the FIFA Club World Cup. Injuries no mundi ni ye kra. Such as they've had their own share.
Yeah, PSG.
They've had their own share. If Manchester City, they've had their own share. Okay, Real Madrid, the one more share pa. Thinking about many games, the players too will get into this mood. Say you see my games not also, not players that will come and affect how our players no teams in performing. Because if you and you expect Real Madrid to have all their arsenals available for them to be competing favorably for the league and the Champions League. But at this time, no players in there prepare. So Real Madrid, you will not see the Real Madrid in can expect it. So the many games that bono my boy Baby Grom said at this point in the Champions League, Real Madrid and Manchester City, a game that if you want to sit down and watch, I can say, this is going to be a game worth my time. But now you can't say because Real Madrid were a lot of injuries. As I sit here, as to say Mbappe will be minimum.
Many shows will be to my first leg. Now you cried the enemy to Rudiger. The Rudiger within the week, more 2 matches. But no, I was say Obebo. So on come resting for league match and then Nakobo Champions. But no, I was Obebo
because me so that is to tell you how the money will come, everything by effect, but it will affect the play and affect Real Madrid. So I think that will one there, but they all yet see a no better was on one case you win the Real Madrid man of because 1 year. I'm say Real Madrid man ya from Abeloa.
Oh, okay.
A Jumani year Jumarket was them is or teach no hunesano. Said they pick a mass done from the youth team before Jumano. I'm say union to me has had injuries at didn't have more on one case so tactics. And so to me more. And a bomb no. You say it's a Real Madrid tactics near the bomb, but with the ABOU and who to use a tactics bomb. Wow player on Shadam Penasemi. I'm not. Yes, I won't Penasem crowd or more England for Indy. He's not a bad player, but he was successful with Liverpool. But time now is successful with Liverpool. No. Check the players are no more ball the right side of a defense at the Liverpool. They covered him a lot.
Yeah, because defensively he's not that good.
In two parts, the time are now Virgil van Dijk and Matip as a one ball. You see Matip covering up for a bunch of friends here, Alexander, Tamano on the ball. The last 2 seasons or 3 seasons ago, it was consistent covering from a bunch of friends Konate. But looking at him at Real Madrid, who is to do that job for him? So if he is going to be successful as he was at Liverpool, given the performance that Nordema with Liverpool now, he need a right center defender who will be able to cover up for him because definitely already baby man who name my who's another bird juma, another juma no when he joins the attack. So when he joins the attack, definitely I'm out for breaking protocol. So he will need someone to cover up for him on the side. But in Real Madrid's team, we don't see defenders now doing their jobs for them to even do this and be able to do a bunch of lesson down or there so at the can. So it's been a problem. So I think the Real Madrid will quite and looking at the man and Swiss Kono, the Real Madrid to make GDP this season, say La Liga, say Champions League, a bit to see a football there. But now football no crana say football cano. Pass one cannot create because yesterday wins, for instance, MSF football no by that day 7% cannot create, and that thing happened to Team Venezuela because I think Real Madrid team they've been poor, they've been bad, bad decisions, replacement, anyhow no and so see. Now can you may be thinking about how our Real Madrid MO season but won't mean you know now you need now and as well you're playing the Real Madrid team anymore. You may be thinking about who to coach the team next season. They can't the performance of the team they might want to.
They have a top club now. So
that is when, as a person that ABOU, who did is a unkwana will see with team in him, unkwana per se, we are signings near that no club will come with the terms by him. Say for Antino Perez and you be a big judge manama coach and one say come and buy your players.
But what is a supporters they call it for so no crown.
Oh, the last time Crowd me count
so I say almost or say team no to abi Jumane Kakronko.
Wa more would do bia. Why yeah Jumano hey player that he needed to sign for political reasons, player that he needed to sign for economical reasons, player that he needed to sign for footballing reasons. Nini na why yeah and Nini Nana giving Real Madrid that sort of a performance or Madrid no money ade. But looking at the current trend of football, anyhow of football is here. MSM Breno betimi aso dia mo referring from Tino Perez. Because now, if you want a manager that or your work in the sort, na onye no pedu no onye yes amasa. You need to get a manager that obenya say in player recruitment, because the current crop of managers no omo hard dream pe afechire. So pa afechire, he will definitely want players that to make him afechire. So penny and penny will remarry. Because a remarry, we don't give you the opportunity to sign players, but you can't do that to club. Money that be to say ABOU Alonso you have a say. Imagine you have a Arteta, you have a say in Arteta's decision, because Arteta no or more brebia will coach in Musa Abekase or no better remarry. If you want to bring a Alonso more, ubenya say. He said, "What they are below abaye, ubenya say. What the Fabregas never may can't coaches in Kitwanu, ubenya say. What the Enzo Maresca never, ubenya say. But what the club never, what the Carlo Ancelotti never, what the Jose Mourinho never, what the Pep Guardiola never. You can't control Pep Guardiola's signings. So you need to understand, say, with the club over, I'll listen to club and I'll do at club says.
As a that level in Tibia. On be funny to say you see there no. Say you see by your money full way.
Yes.
I don't know how you man me pay. Kedi a mon kofa ne bra. Me fan her di Maria. Fabio Contrao. Mon kofa me suitors and bra. And or yes, I na ma dia club say is that big man obinya sa.
What do ho? Eh obo yes I no. And I think say ono Mr. Denardo na make the perfect man for this Real Madrid job now. Because if you look at club anyhow we see the players say how he is able to connect with the fans. He is someone that remember here and there. Said there, omu call for the head of Florentino Perez. Unkro kakran the season yonko trophyless. Nanya mepa onfa club mra. Club will bridge the distance between the supporters, no. Because judging club appointment, you know, he will come and the fans will fall in love with the referee club. He will give them results. And when the results are coming, the fans won't think about the referee Florentino Perez uncle. They are only thinking about uncle because the results number. And if they look at Real Madrid team now, almost say need that. Because you can see Real Madrid team here for an what he say. From the top, he knew so he needs such an appointment. Appointment he need another big signing. Say be a midfielder be a big if we have to say to come into the Real Madrid team. This nyame boano no nyabe to say Rodri beka ho a. Rodri won the own issues with injury no atoto betimi abo consistent year dia kan won dey eno ye ono ne nyakopon ne eye football to decide. But when you big signing to say Rodri beka ho. When club as a coach at the mount. No to me no more year sign players papa it me get back Real Madrid to the play that upper. Nobody will come and call for your head. He can manage the egos in the dressing room because he was able to manage two egos. Team friend Liverpool. It got to a point in time. Mane was the man for Liverpool when they started. Mohamed Salah Bejeye, he was able to manage them because you could see at times that nobody Mane will complain, Salah will complain, but he was able to manage it. And if he was able to manage it, get results for Liverpool. He won them the Premier League for the first time in so many years. He won them the Champions League. He made Liverpool a contender every single season. If not for referee Pep Guardiola and then a Neoma Oye with extension, Nkabum's a club in Neoma Power England. But he came and met and I said, Obishia or referee Pep Guardiola. And Pep Guardiola's Manchester City team in those years, you can't even compete them. And it's the more reason why he won few Premier League trophy and I say a single Premier League trophy. So I think if you get club I will remember in playing Najuma or here with Liverpool, how he's able to connect with the fans, how he's able to build the players, how he's able to control the dressing room. I think that he's the man for the job. You get him the job, you listen to him, he bring in his players, and you see Real Madrid competing again. But now it will only be on his terms. These are my terms. ABOU Real Madrid many terms in Konkusi, but they will give him close to 70 to 75% for him to control Nyoma. And if that happens, ABOU probably he will come and rescue Team FN Real Madrid. But we almost say, you know, they need a manager like him. They need midfielders. people to manage in Nyoma. Because other gule here Jumane dear, but still you need someone that will be to my year Jumani. But we are now Jina Biana to cool bit to pass now about.
Yeah.
But we are now Jina Biano bit to pass now pass now by counts. Pass new wire to brewa control your body go. They need a make for them. But to shame to say we are so some feelers no.
Everything I'm all.
I don't say I'm a job.
Oh, Nina, I'm not on a war. I'm on a moderate for his ass or more control actually.
There's you and Bappy, the money they're ready.
Then I make you Nina, I know only more control actually, they're ready.
No, it depends on the years in Swaka.
Yes, the old Kakra, obey, since when I was obey 2 years.
To me, Chairman and Buffy. As soon as I did about Harry Madden,
yeah,
Yankan MON-FRI. Yankan MON-FRI. I do not know Dream Rebinas, AC Milan, as a Juventus Moyano. And no be an agreement day, and it's not giving them the result in recent times. So, oh, yeah, they name our results, nobody will talk about it. But say, oh, yeah, they enough results name back. Oh, yeah, none of my enquiry, a whole, and a month for people to ask questions. They need to use the Frontino players no matter what you need, and a month for people to ask questions. But 2023-2024 season, when he won the Champions League in the La Liga, nobody questioned him. Nobody said he should leave. When the results are not forthcoming, that is where I want to be able to ask questions. So I think he need a manager to say Jurgen Klopp. Now Jumano. Because maybe an Liverpool team with that one. Nobody thought about Liverpool going toe to toe in the Champions League, in the Premier League. No, you saw Klopp doing the magic. So I think if given the opportunity with Real Madrid, no back a first team now. He's going to give them that sort of a performance. So I'm going to manage between Enzo Fernandez. I'm going to Enzo Fernandez and so I be a. I'm going to be a son and near. So I think the Real Madrid team is a moon 7 doors, and they will need to find a way and see how Messi and your man. Liverpool won and now.
Yeah, not Liverpool in here, and not Liverpool in here. Now it seems that we're not far. Kobo be braba sa so odi asu ade afi league match no kokko lusu yero e dia baba be na omozi nye di hia ni league match na least na was na bi muzi I Wolverhampton on for no so ayo Manchester still mathematically you betimi aka mo league ni munti no mo na gbe no wo league no so chance how matches we
Kwaku obia sema wo kan bia ye if you want to say Wolves for no want to stay in the Premier League so attention no e Premier League ne so the person can be about and a slot. The more you be with me, Agoku, Adia, yes, a share from the window. You need to learn from your mistakes, and you need to learn from no matter what. I'm a ball mono, less than a week in the league, no matter a ball in the FA Cup. And Senka Wolf signs share Liverpool, and Kai should know by a Casepa because you played against this team. Anytime now, Unya that way no against you. Now Saba able to lose to that same team now would have been a problem. But he was able to come out with a system, a mechanism to make sure we need that game. And as Slot shouldn't go trophyless this season. After what he did last year, if he wants to keep his job, if he wants to still be Liverpool's manager, if he wants to be in England next season, and you can so call trophyless, that would be something that one pa. No, your Champions League qualification now. Obetimi atoa adwuma so be a play Liverpool terms. Because the performance he gave Liverpool last season, and looking at maybe offer Liverpool last season, and Liverpool be drew everybody thought that this is the man to succeed Klopp. So he did a good job. He won the league, and the games are not Liverpool. But this is a Liverpool team that everything was super, everything was okay. But this season, nothing seemed to be working for Team FN Liverpool. In this and a slot. Now you want your job. You want to be in England as much as time will permit. These are games that you make sure we be winning. Now once we to be at the GBB, and after you winning that, then you qualify for the Champions League, and then you give room to people and says, okay, then he needs to stay at Liverpool. And yes, sir, at the end of the season, you won't get BBR to talk about, and you won't get BBR to say, me baba here report and me report. No, these are the reasons why me GD is a woman. And questions will come. what was your performance in the first season when you came? When you had little signings, and I say a single signing in Chiesa, you won the league. When we gave you everything probably you asked for, we gave you Florian Wirtz, we gave you Alexander Isak, a bunch of friends KTK.
Milos Kekis, Jeremy Frimpong.
5 signings.
And I say I use a bathway. Mama Dajli. Mama Dajli, I feel almost about.
So no
matter.
Say Leonie.
And a Leonie, yeah, they were be proud.
Also buy. So signings near the ma winning na. These were players that in their respective team no more results, no more performance. So when they come into your team and they are not performing, nobody will question them. They will question you because you were able to do it without them. You have them. Why are you not able to do it again? So they will ask you questions and they will ask you, say, one person, if performance you've given them, no, who deserve to continue one. So now he needs to do BBR to make sure, say, he's doing the job. One, people that they had believed, say, whatever he did last season was a result of a good foundation from club, no. So now he needs to prove by winning something, say he built something, and that something that he built, gave him the result that he needed. He made mistake probably without getting a proper defensive midfielder in the team. If you look at Gravenberger, he's doing well at that position, but Semuya Denya, he's not a defensive midfielder because social teams need now more league, more performing now. Semuya Dina, you see their defensive midfielder. Check Arsenal that they want to win the league. When the Muya Dina, you could see a bunch of friends to be Mendy. That you are even yawning, say a man only a player of the
Madrid, you problem about no. I don't know now Alonso, but then all the neighbor. Now we money years a David. No issue, and now my
because Kobeshi one can't say. Or solve a lot of problems. You know, or no, a woman for Arsenal as a defensive midfielder. We had the mask now, not pressure or Arsenal as well. You could see that thing in him to a defensive midfielder that he's acting as the immune system for team a friend Arsenal. So we had the man team a friend Manchester City. If not Rodri, no, he names the English in on your fitness. You will see Rodri in that position. Now, as a defensive midfielder. Even sometimes we even add long passes from that place of midfield. I know that how. Look at Chelsea that they even know say they are struggling. So when you dinner, you see around here Moises Caicedo. Nancy ye the and they start to have a can when we are there. Unana no was to land of us.
Amadou Nana, you almost see him.
We are doing the money team and you could see him. So see the city. So teams need to be a probably more compete to a league, They have someone with defensive midfield who are Semuya Dinya. Utmiya demand more. But a pressure by Liverpool so Graving back into me yesterday as a defensive midfielder. He's only good, he's only better, he's only at the apex of his game when Liverpool they control game no. So Liverpool control game no, go game. Now they are in their top shape, they are in their mode normal game now. They will attack you. So when they are attacking you, you see Gravenberg being that defensive midfielder that you need in your team. But when Liverpool is under attack, now you are attacking Liverpool. Teams need control games, no more bobo on the Liverpool one. That is where you need your defending midfielder to come in. And Gravenberg won't give you that. So maybe he made mistake in not signing a proper defensive midfielder. Because Endo Ouattara there, he was someone that will be firm to keep Nyoma going. And now, on to me must have position in Pama.
No.
Endo Ouattara. So, or GBB, we now realize that's why a mistake. Now, say if given the opportunity, you may see Beheno. Now, to me, to one next season as well. The first thing that he needs to think about is defensive midfielder. Because defensive midfield role in recent times in world of football, actually say, you can't do without a defensive midfielder, a proper one for that matter. So, what's your defensive midfielders of my Bible born in recent times? Far from baby 2008 banana. you could see he said the respect for defensive midfielders I can say. Clearly was not respected at Real Madrid.
Yeah.
So eventually he left to change furniture. But since on free one, look at how defensive midfielders want to important. Oh, we are saying.
Omo pension na akwakwa eze no mu hia but no mu hia. Na Liverpool crowd no me unim dey mo. Liverpool for the past 5 years ni. Omo culture me ni hu omo anya. Omo ko omo siska say the omo anya. But this season quite about suppose you waka crop wo nyina na previous year you dey no omo pepper na DM. So I don't know why this season no. Omo years omo ara no omo you okay with government ball na
performance no ball last year no. Ohu so performance no ba ball ma last year no with. So no suppose on here in able. McAllister. Yeah. Looking at performance nobody ma last season no. So oh yeah assessment. No one yet thorough assessment. No one assess the team here. You may think that still they can play. Na make no. Liverpool last season no more attack teams, more control games. Inti teams now no more bono. They will need to be defending more. Inti obiad no defending midfield role obiano. If the bakono ever that instant kitwa bia obetuma ya dwuma na de amount. But se wo bo na ya attack o more. That is where you need your defensive midfielder. Inti anu ntina nansi wo mo bre no. Gravenberch ntumi yesa adwuma na mfa momo. McAllister ntumi yesa adwuma na mfa momo. Endo Watara ultima me yadwuma na mfa momo. Omo times na no ma pick party ma wo mo. They had Fabio.
Yeah, Fabio, another fine player.
They have Wijnaldum.
You know Wijnaldum, yeah.
So, Opesa system, Liverpool, they've had people in recent times that are normally good, make them compete favorably, and even won titles. So, it's all the first human on us, oh, yes, signers, near one sign will be our Wagu, and Masemba, Sergio Busquets, Abedini was our position, Ngolo Kante, Abedini. Rodri about that position, no, at the Ballon d'Or. You need someone at that position to give you whatever you need at that position. When you fail to get someone with that position, definitely you are going to suffer. And Liverpool, they are suffering. If they don't change it, no man will be Papa or her, they are going to suffer. Arsenal had Partey. They let go Partey. Brought in Zubimendi, thinking that probably ABOU an adaptation never quite kakra. So they brought in Norgard, a player that he was playing in the Premier League. In this Zubimendi, no adaptation never cha. They were thinking of already Norgard ebabebo. Unfortunately for Norgard, Zubimendi have adapted and over gamer all bona. You don't even think about Abante friend Norgard beam. Because we meant the mount everything that you need in your defensive midfielder. Lukaku club, the money to her, and I saw for the home. Now he needs to build his own. So, and no win was a win that he needed. He needed to win that game and make sure say never be what was here. I hope Sawino will be able to help him and letting him know say there are a lot of things that was here from that game and moving forward. No, Bibiana which my day. He needed that win, and he had it. That is the most important now. Ono Enzo Etimenya, and he needs to make sure say Obetuaso from her na new money nano Enzo Etimia Kosui Enzo Etimia Enzo Etimi Ediamano. Kogu so what share Tima Efreno a year Chelsea nzua. They are in the FA Cup.
Now was the rest on there. Fakye level a couple great international.
Untmin cancer.
Resan.
Untmin cancer. But Bumidina says, you know, Liambros also need to get something at the end of the season to make the owners believe say he was the right man for the job. Enzo the Maresca was able to be commanding that respect from the Chelsea fans and Iwiase because of what he did last season. Aside the mistakes, when Chelsea, not Chelsea, mistakes are now Chelsea failing to win against teams in K20B, counter-attacking teams, low block teams, Chelsea in Nano. He was able to qualify for the Champions League. He was able to win trophies for Chelsea, and that earned him a respect that not only when he started the Chelsea job. Liam Senior bar Chelsea, no. People believe that he was not the right man or he was not ready to coach him in Chelsea. But he's had the opportunity. He started well in recent times, if not the massive win he had against Aston Villa. No, I covered 3 matches I say in the Premier League, and now we can and he had that beautiful win. That win to get that pressure from him and all that. He needs to win the FA Cup at all cost. What kept Arteta in Arsenal's job was winning the FA Cup for England. He won the FA Cup and he gave the Arsenal hope for the Arsenal people and then 24 Arsenal and say if he's been able to win the FA Cup in recent times and as in the short time that that means so a woman and they gave him the support and the consistency that he needed. Now Arsenal are gradually calling to win the Premier League because of that thing they had in Arteta. So if he also want to be that man, that Chelsea for he needs to win the FA Cup.
But it's tough because FA Cup at Newcastle United won, Liverpool won, Man City won, Arsenal
Newcastle Man City the back
be from 90 e City na me ball me do mo me na aba no. About but your ball competition you do baby. Maybe I'll check in now teams be money at the adena or share now who's a bia at the way the way kakra be we do but or share now who's I say I can phone woman as I don't know goes out.
Chelsea target pan for them to win the league, the Champions League and other things,
yeah.
If you are in the FA Cup, now you can't play with Manchester City more. A one-off game or so, you can win against Manchester City more, Liverpool more, Arsenal more in the cup games. You don't deserve to be a coach that Chelsea bet you trust to say the Champions League that they are in. You bet you the Champions League, you bet you the Premier League. Chelsea will not be competing for these titles, and these titles, definitely big teams will. And if you want to be the best, you need to be the best. So he needs to win something. That at the end of the season, Chelsea will say, okay, and yeah, let's give him the time to build. He will get to a point where my team Chelsea. But when Timia Bibia, Nasi Yanko qualify for the Champions League, whoever will call for his head will get back in. Yes. Because Enzo Maresca Pamo na Chelsea for Yomo was there. He won them the FIFA Club World Cup against the European champions. Paris Saint-Germain. Look at how he dismantled them. It will find out.
Now, the job conference. 1 year shows us I'm phantom I am here. I don't know the pressure about coaches. About the they are united for 1 year. Say Ferguson will have easy. So what is our united? Say Ubia Boyiri Juma. Nabuni Akofa Kuchibi. And as we time now Ferguson will have on Casadi easy. Na we it's Ubia and the oil.
Who says I didn't want we are so cranny. Says I didn't know and we are so cranny. So what did they make? The maker is all tears here. And you now bomb. He needs to win something. Oh yeah, why a lot of things it costs what some players need be anyhow I know see anyhow I know see anyoma. So he needs to make sure say he will get something at the end of the season. And then the Chelsea faithful believe okay, then which man you're joining so to me at you play no your power where the rules born we will see anyoma. But winning the Champions League, winning the Premier League, any other trophy that you want to compete in, won't mean because every cup no more than two.
Mate, Bana, ya hefi na manya oh kesi aba ko Emmanuel to she kama pa.
Bibiashi. As far as what the McKenty or yes,
but all the is
we can
a good player.
Mama can see. Varas Yadi, Varas striker or Yadi.
Now also was several American. Several there, your Varas David is only was also my better order.
Nay, keep fit. Then Mambo game on.
Oh, there. That
married calculator.
Oh, there. But I call your ball off. Only to 4 dear. Say, I wish I Numbia. Or Baba life. But I wish you are proper.
Oh, there be.
But this time I'm man.
Yeba.
Lawyer order that me na mo azema humo.
Ya order we light in sense.
The man number. But remember so na ya hwa ma no nsem ne kakra ya ba fie. Ma oza ata Julius am ze mediki akan. Men call my name na men kan we reach 1GH. Good morning Abu. I'm watching live from Konongo MON-FRI. KH set Amankwa. Good morning Abu. You guys are doing a great job. Keep it up. Steven Nana Galazi, Sherry Chef. Hey, Abu Dio Dini Cherry Chef. Akuya Madre Neza Konkon how ba no man fans. How qualified player. I'm here no. He's supporters. Good morning Abu. Your show is live and clear. You know, Akim Suom. Keep up the good work. Is your boy Kofi Baroni, popularly known as Nana Galaxy inside Akima's home. And I'm on the kind legs. Need another more update on Chelsea. Moses in Jogma. Was there Marcelo Jr. Watch you live from Onkranza, Bono East. More update on Arsenal and Real Madrid. King Garus Moniz. Good morning, bro. It's your guy, King Garus Moniz, inside Nkoko, Peace Town. Shout outs to all teachers and non-teaching staff at Asakra St. Paul. ACHS, big ups to all my followers and family. Alberto say, hi Fakye, I'm about to watch you live from Techimai. Malamisa, more update on FC Barcelona. And Kunsuko Yokro, my darling club Arsenal, will dismantle Mansfield by 3 goals to 0. Greetings to Boss inside Console, Kokutisia, not more fire. So, Odani Adupo, good morning, Abu. The show is loud and clear inside in share phones and accessories. I contombra. Kudos to Madrid yesterday for our win. Good luck to my darling club Chelsea. You're no so ball more day eba no di mame hena na me to aso na me nima every room kakra ne ade a na ima ze manu for mo mo hintin confront ntem nka na otwe mu
say ni say sa you start season na one bobra and I want ambitious ade be ba no be gi ahomese be ye training sa
United
for the maybe go akwem na omenya active friendlies biabo
ahuze mo supporters na dwa say mo ball papa ben na mo ba we players papa ben na mato a mo say next season mo ticket prices no mo sa 25%. Kwa go abubufu afu pa
na rombo
abu across board or mo ticket no or mo 25% next year mo dwa
Manchester United
papa ben na mo ye wo ha mo ye wi
ombe isi aso me kwa ko he Ebechiwa mo aba.
Asem na virus.
This year dey na you betu ma manfo.
If your average attendance and dropping by 80% that.
Still more that so.
Yeah, that so.
Eish. Abro no support ne dey. So mo do mo no wu ma. Ade ado be jare. Sabe di do atem kra sa ka.
View kra.
Iba kra me nim be bia we fa na ye ha ma no ne kakra na ye nye ne mbrafie.
Okay. First of all, ye share bibi kakra of France enra. Say one of the league games no etoja that is Paris Saint-Germain or Tenerife Emma AS Monaco ebe share 3-1 and you begin to ask questions say is this the Paris Saint-Germain we saw last season winning everything dominating teams playing beautiful football now they were taking teams for a run and I said they would take your breath away but this time around you look at it from the point of view that after say Dembele AJ Ballon d'Or no, it looks like say Obia I conceited with regards to more forwards and more midfielders. It looks like Obia who say I can stand out with this team. Inti mi then team playing with Paris Saint-Germain. Karaskeli ajebwa opeso dribble no Obia who no. Desire do ajebwa opese oyene skill no ye bibia no Obia who no. Dembele so ba it's about goals. When you who say Ballon d'Or no me pim come and na me share goals anymore and amenya. So you can't really find the team at Paris Saint-Germain you soon and I say now omo display in the last season. Because last season they all played for each other. Nuno Mendes and Achraf Hakimi. Bako kwa Baku jine finfin Bako. You could see that coordination. Then in the middle of the park, so one or more weakness in the war part this season. So I have Paris Saint-Germain this season midfield ni mre because injuries are setting in.
Okay.
So Joao Neves, any Fabian Ruiz, and Vitinha Juan. Ayeka. Because now Doro, the young guy mko fan free Barcelona, and then Warren Zaire Emery. Omumi no na kan ho finfin ho. Omo controlling midfield. And I say PSG midfield no, they control, they dominate. But Enra no, Sadi ni ho. Again, they are overdoing the basics, and I said they forgot about the basics. And Boa, a way chair with me a clear 1-2 passes. No who fit. Would the any born and about to watch now? Would the bono far enough? Opposition never started there.
Yeah.
2 glaring mistakes and omuye team your friend Monaco capitalizes. So you ask yourself, say, any team we are no mushia in the Champions League or mu dispatch or mono. And so far so good. No? Monaco so ruthlessness up front and was just fantastic. We hear the kind of goals no mushia, you know, anyhow or more approachy game now. They just went into they just got into the game to take their chances. It's 4 points between Omoni lengths there. It looks like said they will wrap up the league, but the air corner there, we are Chelsea fan, ma ninja. From the end, I'm here no.
Are they Chelsea and Nigeria bonds?
Chelsea, more ninja because this Paris Saint-Germain team still
quite down.
Still not quite down.
Oh, okay.
It be your revenge now. Paris Saint-Germain for the war team say. You perceive say your Monday shady with the 2 legs. One say after game, you know, or maybe say Luis Enrique a couple of questions. Or say he wants to meet Chelsea. Or person say share Chelsea now or try na DIABY. But some midfield way there. Any performance where you be individualistic in there. Chelsea for any hopeful. The here say Liam Rosene. Ebenya ono so the midfield personnel no right. Now the be our own forces say Andre Santos Embo. Because Endo Fernandez. For all I've known him, the best profile is number 8.
Okay.
Number 10 will be Timia Bokakra. But right wing and I say right-sided midfield out there in an advanced position. In the last 3 games, Liam Rosino Deni Bono. Mwa. Round hole, round peg in a round hole. And Kofa square peg. And said just because Andre Santos open as a man in a ball. French team wana the BL pese boy you so in ball body but on Moises Caicedo partnership no from last season till this season any the way or more unique many or more mature in the game no you don't destroy it. The midfield is the engine of every team. Team Diano Bijran and Aswa you talk of 2 or 3 midfielders consistently playing together with understanding and telepathy. But Lem Rosina Ababe Sasadiano. Say Chelsea to me and a midfield partnership no year. With James ye fit. A Chirono Krabi. They can equally match Paris Saint-Germain. That's a different game altogether.
But it seems as I say, we really keep near the Champions League. Our teams in our ball Champions League now. Or more results and also be reunion. As a convincing crowd. The news about notices are there now.
Yeah, because we have Paris Saint-Germain game now. As I say, Fabian Ruiz no yet doubtful no. Now. Dembele to bench. A couple of the guys said to bench, Marquinhos to bench. So you could see say or what Chelsea game in mind. And I say times no more per se or more load shedding. They become game management. Yeah, my minutes then those will be brave. You be manage situation. No qua command me 60 minutes in a bonebra because they know the demands of the Champions League. Going into this week, you know, teams no more about Champions League. You know, investors fans careful. They might be a bit lackadaisical, and I said they might be a bit weak in terms of more output, you know, because we na F1 be kwa Champions League no mo be born. Good for Friday for no. Yeah. Omo kra na omo tweaky omo squad. Na Saturday ni Sunday for no.
So, but it seems it's a good thing for the English football no? Because omo FA Cup.
Yeah.
And the Chelsea money we money to omo and it's a Wrexham. And as a ball MON-FRI. So that teams in the DIABY cry, the 2-4 don't matter team no crack
of course. We are manager, we are forward thinking. Now see squad depth, a must for many teams, you know. For Chelsea, for Arsenal, the kind of quality of no. You shouldn't be sweating over Wrexham, any team about Kushian. You just balance your squad. And moreover, or more multi bench so you're hungry and you World Cup here.
Yeah.
So you can equally get the best out of non-starters because they want to prove a point for club and country. So definitely, just vary your tactics. Nested your position. Any lineup are able to just making sure say 1 or 2 you be the core members, midfield core back, defense core back, striker core back. You don't throw them all in. Injuries, bit setting, fatigue. Lack near there. So it's going to be that way this weekend for most of the teams of movable in the Champions League.
Oh, okay. My name is Owada Peak Biana and Queen in Embra Fina. Mama Shena, Minkin Kanwe Kakraniambra. Good morning, multi-purpose Abu Dhabi, like a palm tree with more benefit, analysis, presentation, hosting, etc. Keep the amazing fire burning. From Honorable Sule Bobo, Tepa, Anyine Susu, and on the fear the Babe Ramu. Good morning, guys. I'm Mary from Kumasi. Yesterday, Wolves got their revenge for messing with the greatest club in England. Liverpool in never alone. As I can't to form a wolf. Still, Liverpool the greatest club in England.
Say on conquer fee.
Bebao. A fear no Namosha and I ban Europe no Namosh because also one is a fear no. Or money in but a carbon to your bro to be brave.
Say Bema, the Bema do a Bema of fee.
Bizarre so what just as a
Bema of fee. Who refia or say you do need DNA or respect a man. Now refia na as will be a child there. Said
what kind of as a gentility won't cry. Or carbon tia, you
never walk alone or befia. Now, when you might be.
That's a weird deal. Papa. Thanks, Fakye Sports, for a wonderful and superb job. Abu, Ghana, we should stop reciting the pledge and the national anthem because no one is loyal, honest, and ready to protect the nation. Our rivers are polluted and our forests are also destroying. We are our own devils. Katie, I watch you live from Kontana say. Greeting to Fakye Sport team, and I'm a Disco Malik from Offensive Coco team. Is that, please, is it true that my team Arsenal want to sign Anthony Gordon from Newcastle United? Extend my greetings to my brother Abi Mohammed and all the Garnet fans. And I was also good morning, Abu Dhabi and the Fakye Sport. This is Haruna from Asaman Kese in the eastern region of Ghana. Your show is live and clear. Ramadan Mubarak to you all, especially Abib. Abu, please, I have a question for all of you. Okay, why is it that Ghana Premier League teams use big JC numbers at their back? E.g., you can see 75, 68, 77, 94, 80, and etc. Why can't they use from 1 to 30? That's the question of the Abaron. So how do we? To form us the same way. Oh, you call Ghana and JC number limit all. What kind of brother? I was a 50 something. My name so my boy with the about 2 years ago. I'm kind to where I'm now football anymore.
Oh, man,
a big crack cover foreign based players. Ultimately, my foreigners bear phone starting game or Ghana.
Okay.
Ultimately, and it's almost contract for now. Has for any maybe about the boss. About the boss. And we are just in numbers. First partner, I mean, say they see 55.
Okay.
But my name so my boy, my one. I know. Musevic game now. Kobe say just number 80. I'm who be bisa. Kwa wara boy. Omo first no your number we wo Ghana. First your man na it is about this start to say your Kabisha 75 69 me ade what I call me pesa amra na dey abro ya mo amande. Your was amra na bi wo Ghana. Is that La Liga kwa from number 1 to 25.
Yeah.
26 27 kwa or your youth player. Your was amra ni bi wa. You bi wo Ghana. Good morning, Fakye Sport. I'm Nicholas watching live from Tepa. I'm a day student at Tepa Senior High School, but I haven't missed your sports show for a day, and I always enjoy your show. God bless you, Nico. Nyamin Shao, Papa. I will please good morning to you all. Blue is the color. Chelsea, Everest, Jine. Erodifi, Eba, Babe Ramwa. Hi, good morning. I'm George watching live from Wasa, Tobias, inside the Japaye Enterprise. More update on Real Madrid and greetings to Lou Taken. Abu, your guy, Kwabna Messiah, foreign sports presenter, Community FM Akimoda. Kwabna, Mejiri so omo ye bibi ekokama se kumi. Watch you live from Atoasi as usual. My greetings to the entire crew. Say Mejiri zene onso omo ye. Amo update on FC Barcelona. Dodona Unya. You know say I Luther King from Takwa. Love you Abu. Yenso yeda sepa. Good morning Fakye TV. I'm Kwabna Mafo from Dunkwao. Yellow. Keep it up Fakye. Hello, Mr. Abu. You are so amazing. I really love your sport. Arsenal will win the EPL this season. Happy birthday to my sweet friend of Mo Salah, Madam I Candy, a student of Amstead. May all your dreams come true with a long life. Happy birthday, Madam Candy. More blessing for Mohamed Salah. Nedia Alonso Eddie Eram. No, good morning, Abu. Your show is live and clear inside Akim Asum. Keep up the good work. Is your boy Kofi Baroni, popularly known as Nana Galas, inside Akim Asum. On the fear by Papa Senior from Kintampo. My question is, I want to find out where Heart of Folk player why you know count Kobna. Someone more has for more player when for Kobna or PBB or OCCR. No, one for Kobna and or PBB OCCR. One fine player and also a skill set. No, na ano Dimbuta. Good morning, Abu, to you and your crew. You guys are doing a great job. Keep the fire. A special executive birthday to Sir Baroni, the CEO of Baronzi Graphics at Manso, Sir Collins, Lady also Eddie Eruamono. Good morning, my boss. I hope you guys are doing good. And I must watch you live from Nkoko. Maxi, Mate, Yeda Sepa. Ma Yana Okitu, you have penalty for your tears in Yaba. Ababeria Fisem. But I didn't channel 0207543637. Yeah, then we are back. ye bwejuma kama pray team ye de mamo ti afei na wa join live on a Fakye TV ye ba fie na ya ba be din komo kakra na ya hwese da fi 70 but no the Ghana Premier League Monday 25 game back ho etimi so Nations FC Eshemian Sama Bechem United and Tibiante Emmanuel Arno Brendan Entry and afi Richard Danso omuni nyago so no edema bobokwa ye from Nations FC and matches no ebi beto aso no chna ebi nso etimi ato aso na say na ne de netie Samates bebo Dreams FC Vision FC bebo Brikum Chelsea and anyambo chna Eduana Football Club boy 11 Wonders Pando Heart of Lions bebo Sudo Blacks and Heart to Folk Ebo Basekoli Stars Karela United bebo Krobia Kumasi Asante Kotoko Mediama AC Ebo Ho United na Jonga Apostles Ebebo Bibieni Go Stars etieno matches ebeje penena etimi akoso na aboa na nema koyi pedamanti no game no na ahun se highlight no ebi we third goal na Richard Danso ebo mode etimi ehye no na ewramu kama pa etimi ede amamona bibibia also no etimi akoyi ne ade barere na reactions awdo na etimi ento aso no coach Frimpong Manson Mayanga ono na coach Jamo edema the home side Nations FC we no munya no after the game see no didn't come on at the foul.
In the first half we took control, we controlled the game and we had 2 goals, yes, but in the second half when we came, normally if a team is down he will try to push himself up, and then they also came in the midfield, they tried to play, but then there was one thing we didn't do. Instead of trying to hold the ball, we shouldn't rush. Still, they wanted to score more. Yeah, but it's a good distance. But at least we should also know how to when to go for a goal and then when to also hold the ball. So, but
Diamo ye koma Mayanga, coach Frimpong Manson, a bomb or the tuja. Could Kabremi se Jamo Edema, Bechem United in Chudio Munya and see it almost didn't come on.
We were able to at least win about 1/3 of it. We will survive.
Of course. Now, coach, we wish you the very best.
The Ozo Gidepa, so more best survive. Emmanuel and a bomb of the MVP. Now, the go now, no share and not go ni Kajapa or no. I can say the found. See now, no, I can't send the chair.
Now, I mean, we are in a World Cup season. Everyone would love to play for the Black Stars. You've already won the national team JC with the Black Galaxies. Do you think you have the quality to be considered to be part of the Black Stars?
Of course, yeah. And then, though it's not easy, but I'm really working on it. And then, of course, I can also be there. So I'm really looking forward to that. If the call-up comes for me, I'm ready to represent my country. Well, first of all, I'll give all the glory to God. It feels good, yeah, this victory, especially scoring against Bechem United. This is our first time winning against them, so it really feels good for us. Yeah.
Of course, and the goal you scored, take us through, because once you had that ball at your feet, you had options to pass, but you went for that shot, and it was a brilliant goal in the end.
Yeah, that
is something that you've been doing consistently in training.
Yeah, of course. So when I had that chance, I had that instinct to shoot, and then thank God it went in today.
Of course. Now,
the here command a bomb of the two after the game. Although already, the friend on Kwanso major farmer my Ghana. Why not? Abakwa kujama bujumere man mine. Ne matches are air cost no coach Prince. Nyambo chna obebo against Karela United na Koma Krobia Kumasi Asante Koroko. Omukuchi the head of the game. See no didn't say madanye.
Match very, very serious. And as you're saying, the task is very difficult. It is, yeah. You cannot say it's not. Because the expectation from our fans and everything has gone high. They want to win and win it all. So it's very tough to, as you're saying, 17th, and then still we've not won a game there. I know it's going to be a very tough task for us.
Tia no ye koma o diere fouls heading. So mon call any game no e man heading. But omer na omo IBB Nurudin Amadu. And so Abomodi Akasa head of Krobia Kumasi Asante Koroko game no.
Kotoko, so it's a big game, and Kotoko is a big club. So, but it's a normal games like any other match. So preparation is on course. It's very important because after this we are going for an away match. So anytime you lose a match, you drop. So we need to get results and It's a very difficult game because Kotoko is a big club.
Edia no ye commodity atuya the game no edempa. Wow, the whole brand on one so ne brand the Carolina United on. And where the whole brand for. Okay. But also do you have the head of game or the basketball stars no more. See also it didn't come on the chair.
It's a very strong side in the sense that they play two very good wingers in the person of Prince Tuniboa and then also Gideon Christen, and they are very, very direct. They try to put balls in your box, crosses here and there, and so all that we need to do is
the annoying common dear far baseke that Prince Tuniboa boa kwadane ball Ghana na no edin and all kana sem no Coach Rashad Musa Ejamo etimi edema baseke also head of the has game no Yankone Nkutia Musa son come on so about the idea of
that's a Uber Park, so just like that. There's a steady, because sometimes when they are going into attack, they have a formula at the back, in the middle, and also from the wide area.
The all the out for ne call my name or more bomb mature more near more di ramo. Coach Ibrahim Tanko Anyas, Alaji Akasa head of Fakye United game no. As a team back home was winning match at Chepa Medium. Our last 4 matches are more winning view. And then we see all if we see Nibra Papa, Yakoti Coach Ibrahim Tanko, come on the head of Fakye United game.
Have to press any panic button, and the team, there's players and the technical team know what is at stake, and definitely we are doing everything possible and to make them happy again, and hopefully on Sunday we will start that match.
The here Koma Eramo, but I was NASCO or more Abomodin coach of the month and nominees in all the Kaka Hono. Yeah, they are Iramu Kama pay to me the amount. The we official media song launch no performing live Greece Ashley. Na the Ketua crowd until 3 p.m. Pepe and as a Jumadi no Japan and tonight to me Iramu. The Gwam all my member performing Yambwa official song away the ama media mano. Seems that Takwabe depa. Oh, okay. Ebe we pa. Mame nominees na Bafo na school coach of the month na yere. Also ne yewo Schmidt Marcus Fitz Schmidt ejamwe de ma bibiani Gold Stars. 3 matches, 3 wins, 1 draw, 1 lose. Or share 6 goals. And a share 1 Tiano. Nuruddin Amadou, Karela United. 3 matches, 3 wins, 1 draw, 1 lose. Or share 4 goals. Yanshigo and Tiano. Nanaku Kwajamai, Vision FC. 3 matches or we need 2 no draw 1. Na 1 lose. Or share 8 goals, share 4 Tiano. Masudi Dramani out to folk. 3 matches or we need 1 no draw, 1 lose. Or share go back. Na Yanshigo and Tiano. Na oba goalkeeper of the month na February and also nominees Senator Benjamin Asai 2 matches 2 clean sheet 1 conceded goal or 1 or draw 1 and a war Emmanuel Kobe Ojame de ma bibiani Gold Star 3 matches 2 clean sheet or conceded 1 goal or any free nina or also Andrew Sinokra 3 matches 3 goals 1 assist MVP 1 GB na yewo Abdul Rahman Karela United or also 2 matches or share 1 goal or your assist, one assist banner or GMVP back on the Zapepe, NEC, near the home common no. The Ohima na way winning about the winning and we issue so. Ramano is defender.
Yeah.
Ramano is a defender.
A defender.
I thought that maybe you know they are common strikers. It was I don't notice here.
Yeah.
I go say no coming the good person here day. Omo category ayede ene ntu omu nchem yenyi defenders de yenyi midfielders de yenyi because adu we da bia strikers ni nenya kokwa anamebo
yeah strikers no da bia ye copy Premier League de no e bia player of the week ye week na defenders ni bebe but obo ani nyina no se month ne dia be call strikers no ho
you kwa asem we de me da mi nya ni
sana me hu no unya buano se Manta. Obehwe striker ni go na de 3 points ni ba striker ni go na me take no. Yen hwe defender no per se clean sheet ni ba defender ni ka ho bi o be ba
goalkeeper.
Yeah, so I think we can introduce the play of the week something among share no so fans vote sending in fan engagement because Premier League share won say our fan engagements be brave but didn't know say me twen play of the month and all what there why not introduce play of the week until week na nkasa kra no na obi nti bia say bia in a week kra bit menya match weeks 2 ewu nti wenya engagement ni nyina scanning your meya so wa oni
go omuwe no cry omoma former players in here no and no ya omo prepare man of the matches no mo dey select another omo koje because some Premier GPA best 11 no mitimu here and say omo patches
well
well
fansa
say mentia say
technical study group for ni there say omo definitely there are rules of engagement there are more parameters omo dey and no ye privy to because the air pan there any the omo edi beto one there
sanity
so
oh but that do omo nya hu bi ere Ghana nko am say we asiri na te zero ka IPL na hu sa na ma bi say na omo do we also ba bia da bia player of the month or your striker aba actually pay ko offensive midfielder bi da bia striker aden a wa she goals mi wa ball no yo nko an ebo no bi assist na we omo de omo ye obi kra ho a who's assist 0-0-0-0 but I will play a or a defensive midfielder was there offensive to where there Manton why assist be 5-0
but
who's any dinia ko bibia e go wow shall say na ye na for fine we ni nyane enko
coach Pimpon Manson we are there and it's good time no be far Nations FC never be no money now. Now share performance now, man. I think say he's been good. I keep on saying that I'm sure it's not footballing reasons in Tinemo Pamundo baby any good stars. Because he's a manager that may managers never be or more match and I'm beso make you a month more. I love managers that or more chrimu tactics and it's animal. Nyamishu be aso nyame wo. But ube now be nyame na say ye da nyame asini ade a o mame hu wadwuma na wo ye ne so ye because of so we ye adwuma no wo park ne so and I think he's doing well na sisi a wo hwe baby ode nations abeto 8 I think say nye bad o timi stabilize wo mo no but my no my ye bia next season they will be the nations FC that we saw in the last 2 years because since they entered the Premier League season year bia no mo bo to win the league. Last 2 years they did it. Last year in the enemy year, and this year man started by looking at performance. A coach from Paul Manson I think they're a good one. Or trust CVE at the man who coaching in the Premier League teams, from BA, from Gold Stars, and now we know now see and Kotokono stint in the and probably the level they are not pay. But since we free Kotokono, any Juma Kwakoyen baby I think that he's really doing well, and I think that twice was Ebeboa. Became United, dear, my own became United. The bit me at Joe Moani, yes, ABIC or Munko relegation, and looking at Babu Monenamno, I think they are on the side of Mawomo, but they are not far away from being relegated. 30 points. If you're Muni do that 16 to 27 points, still, or more never be, so they need to make sure, say. Omo get things done. Omo anya ne sa normal dida ho didi agro. Man we many better no normal call relegation. And omo also zone no na ya na ho no e dey kakra. So they need to be very careful. This season the kind of performance Bechim dia mai no enye Bechim performance ni nim tenancy no mutimi di mai. They've had their own issues. They have had issues concerning coaches and other things I think the MON-FRI, but they need to make sure say they will stay in the league. This season, Babia Bruno, they can't get to anywhere. The only thing that they can do is to make sure say they will stay in the Premier League. And if they stay, probably next season, and that is the only thing so me. The brighter spot of Manyana ya branch FN Okra, the goals in Kakran Kakra. or she and so to them on. And I think that they need to be very careful now. Or Muntiminka League. Not yet. Makase or your late striker. It's hardly Zobi Muze in Krumano. A man for board the kind of ball now or body to net. Mostly in players, at this position, the best they think of is on the passive. But I should be a Ujina, and it be on my ball, so they share, and it goes out to Miss or Taisha. It goes out to Miss or Taisha. So that is to tell you that it's something that he's been practicing. And after the game, 7 hours, can I do say, Udihu Juma or Yehu Juma? That is what young players in Bibreno aim our money. They think whatever the coaches are teaching them, whatever the coaches are giving them, training, they don't do any extra work, they don't do anything to make sure say or more polishing or more back. But I think that this goal is a good goal. And this season, Mahuse Bakubi against Red All Blacks, he scored another beautiful goal. Yeah. And I think that he's really doing well. Things will keep on. It's just a matter of time. Blasters in the Onya Binko. I know they are Onya Binko. You can only hope, but Onya Binko. Because the position, you will nipa be or home crab you whom also sa. And maybe naba and for more class on Sambo. This is a Mania or Manchester City. He knew CBN number 9, you see a BN Ringo. Until moon now, or share the day you are captain. Moon now, share Jordan, you are deputy captain. Or more. I will last captain. No, I have a cast video. You must have a cast video. Or call move, you know, my video tour. Or saw the camera at the tour, or the blast captain, while a captain. Say the day you a captain. No, that you a captain. That be the day you a captain. Say that you retire. Captain, or so retire. The legs need to be a account to a captain. And Jordan, you are assistant captain. Oh, okay. Yes. This is a capito Bakuli, you are a capito Bakuli. Yes. Are you a captain? Okay. Yes, it is. Our papa used to know a captain. Ah, to me, I what have no Kobe, but when you know, my papa will be team and sweat to me the film about Kogu. The Biana Macassi and coaches, no, I am catching some 1 yard there. I am on for JCB and being hard on them. Sarkastan with tippe straight away, dear Mamma Junior, when I 1 yard. And some more coach Everno Amadou Kai, Nuruddin Amadou, Kawela United coach. You can't tell me, say, oh, Kako Mediama, oh, Bo Gold Stars, oh, Bo Nations, the same thing, oh, Bas are not to call. I'm not saying Xavier's are not to call performance, near or anything, but the better machine is a system, a Mediama Bon. And yet no and an agency. So how do you tell me say the same preparation? It's one thing that many coaches need nyagin, I'm no more nyagin that. What your players are, you know, Kotokone has a normal game. And yet normal in the sense that preparation I would yet towards team A no. Won't be for Saturday now come my Emma team B. What is our brother because a normal match that? What is our brother because a match in the same that? That was all more better transfer tactics and more true. Depending on question, I'll be bizarre. Like be a Imawa Hurst where you are no. Maybe I'll call bizarre, maybe I'll pay update players game no come say no what church or one be a now training no more any more they approach. But I had the obedi can the Yamiase. Now or the dia cannot to us. Chelsea the now actually training for corner kicks. Until the Oko Bas now, aside or prepare with tactics, or prepare with team and everything, you need to prepare to prevent them from most set pieces, no motion. I was a true goalkeeper, but because some mobile players here have good. Ain't me a pet. The way I could see setting a team up different from the way other teams set your team up. Yeah. What's a Kotokoni coach? Only coach, your coach praise in your coach. Which praise or who? Yes, I'm okay. On paper. On paper, say. On paper, say. Top coach with on paper. On paper. Top coach with on paper. On paper. Coach. But on there now, but on tactical grounds, coach.
Now you starting line up and then tactics in the ways is on our
then do you show us the jam some yakotoko line up into me?
Line up.
Obi o yakotoko fan. Obi o support kotoko bia jan to yakotoko line up fan come match obetima ya de amount. Na ye pass ball no. Na team na ne ball no. Ma ye hu say your system na ye ball e cost wa metimi asesa system na se pep ye pep kwa. Jose Mourinho ye Jose Mourinho kwa. Your in-game management, your both game ni more changing tactics or substitutions in the game, and now you coach you. And do the bench was all you coach. But what are you adding to Kotoko team no tactically?
Now
tactically Kotoko ni coach on paper more coach. More interim coach, can you put it that way? More interim coach. But say do the same imagine. Carola na Kotoko na ekobo. So players na your fit. Now say me line up. Mebo 4-3-3.
Adentia.
O say
Adentina mebo 4-3-3.
Ghana yen system no. Many of the teams want to take control over the midfield.
Okay.
18 teams no. Emu 15 they want to take control over midfield. The Indian say Rangers no good when it comes to cutbacks.
Yeah.
Omo crosses in pinpoint. And they always want to take control over the midfield. They say we bought 3 midfielders me match them. Yen coaches many echo for traditional 4-4-2. So they will have 2 midfielders within you. I will have 3. I will overcrowd them.
Or line up
Kamara imposed. Kote 2. Asiedu 3. Hamzat ne Zakaria Hussein no center backs.
Yeah.
But the Samba Weba midfield. Nema bo adabo akano.
Amabo unkubio.
Nema mewe nji.
Unkubi. The week we akra oni around. Nyeshozo around. Hey. Sama unkubio kage we.
Okay.
Mebo coach Prince Bebro.
Mebo Hamzata. Oh. Ene Zakaria Hussein. Dabi mebo Henry Ensu ni Zakaria Hussein. Se Ensu ya feta. Mfimfio. Se Prince Badu ya feta.
Yeah, wawa.
Mebo Prince Badu. Oh. Nema bo adabo akano. Give me ya we give. Abo adabo akano. So what I say? Nema bo jawu. As me number 10. They will me lu bo mfimfio. So what I say? Animu ho. Bo abetamoa. Bo abetamoa. Nema bo Peter Midu akwa. Nema bo ai Johnson. The warrior ne ma bo Johnson. So what I say? Tisame line up in am de beko. Say game ni mu ya den de mame. Na se mintimi enkipi ball ni bi. Mintimi possess ball ni bia. I'll get rid of one of the midfielders, which of course be a double and as a badu. Depending on the game they are giving me, and bring in set to give me control. The game ni mu ya din na mantimi anye change papa bi ama game na ntimi ankoso ya. Me nye coach. No na some na ye ka o. Enya what was that that's all you coach o. And coach Prince Acherew.
Okay,
cross ahead. When Kotoko attack and
they no so run by age na no la omoye. Na nye kai dito. Omoni has to won.
Yeah.
I want to go to Omoni has.
Omoni has.
Omoni has to go to here.
Ni say na
me crab refi. Na is to work rather the same thing.
The visit to a progression through the middle of her.
Zito the midfield
chance creation.
Dito no create chance over na bon internet. Uni cross ahead. But omo cross here. Say 15 crosses are. Emu two pena Kotoko play sticker. What is the cross?
No crown who's as I don't know. Before try the time I use or strikers and what advantage you for.
Yeah.
We would defend this.
Maybe I want more presence in the box.
Yeah. You all say who strikers they be or that rich na. Odi tuma. It said Titi Stoke City no.
Yeah.
Akwaya low trouble boy.
The love.
Otoa a lot more than Nigeria be share leaf in Ghana. No about team quality. It a crutch so. But Kotoko no strikers no.
Edatia.
Yeah, the all height kakra so to da
unzo fanity go.
No unzo da no kaba head ya wa head ya ko show say dey on dey na bokoji.
Nti say opes ade ba ko e be bo an o register go so obi e goalkeeper so betima bobo ni.
Yeah.
O ma Kamara mo nine.
Over cross ahead.
Kamara bo no be ba was okay. Nti ne Kamara e bo 9. Se be cross ahead dey ha. Kamara e bo 9. Your cross ya no o ma height ni ye
6'5" or 6'4".
And no team who's up a ball anymore because the pony crop and you ye cross ahead near body because of the height no. Anyhow I wait my year inti. Over 9. Your boy no apimache based on coach ne tactics no. Ti ko coach no ma o ye no. Enye.
Anyway, so that.
We. Just a match no match TV so. The we ever kotoko highlight no. Ba be hu a cross and head.
Yeah, obeja kotoko ala.
Menje Kawela so.
Yeah, we all boy there. Kawela for no. Pay before say the misimu ne ma no. Amu edwuma bi o ma we test your first defeat or kotoko. It seems as omo kwa we na. The omoni we no say nya kakra he. Omoni young apostles no. Almost start on the first 20 minutes to phone you.
They need to do it that way.
And me play I was surprised me Kotoko Sisi Apaya Johnson.
Yeah.
Was surprising me.
Yes. And it with his performance.
Was surprising me on. But me asha say me ke kokuba say akwa no hwe na onimbobo. But who's a obu ha o you na as anu no call.
Yes.
Yo, tino.
Ne dia no.
Relegate no cry.
Yeah.
The Indian
is kick ball cry.
The Indian is say oh fa man for no be adwuma.
Yeah.
Na obi aba ebe yeshu ansana wa hwe ne performance na wa fa no. Na obi ba na wa anye show ni bi na ofa no at once. What are you telling people?
Depending on BB feedback.
Any Didia wo
yeah.
Into one man anye show ni bi o. And as oh what the woman foul. Me no be adwuma. So immediately you are telling your audience say that man is a good man already.
Key sign.
The young starting you know there he's a good guy.
Rating high already.
This year come matches like same na you now you question you. Kotoko Kaizer Chiefs no bobi.
Yeah, Obo kakra.
Yeah. Obo call President Cup na Obobi.
President Cup na
President Cup.
So a game like that magnitude, omo be justify your inclusion in a ball. Nipa you signing in am bench wo to the car. What are you trying to tell your fans? Because one man anye trials and his name was not even part of people no Kotoko no. Or Bayern is here signed Johnson Opo. So you are telling the fans say he's a key signing, he's a good player right from the onset. Obama here results. This year, one man to say President Kabe hacks to folk no Kotoko no anymore. People will ask questions. The free one years oh, and I say one yadi, say no yadi na no corner so, and Kotoko supporters with the man who goes what. So munye dua, but I think that he's in his place.
Yeah, we all and money younger. Now one thing Mababe I'm on the game no cry. Mababe 2 minutes. Or some run back with Taki you.
And no can be. Yeah. I dare back why we also here, but on to no goes to count it in Canada. So those who run back. But goes no more anymore. But only run about goes
also a defensive striker.
One defensive striker.
Those.
It me pinball no
ni and I also comparable.
I don't comparable.
Those. Oh, those also my strikers in even no.
The players are the back to corner there. And no coach in there.
Why
but now those are man time, Papa. I didn't hear.
He's a foreigner.
Adaptation.
You crew man on the woman no.
Sheka creo upon the amai. Kasane the amado upon the amai.
Foreigner. The entire foreigners an issue neba. Yana times. Ye can now crazy a year and call for them was a support on Canada to register foreigner. Huh?
And nothing now you beat now the foreigner but no ma. I see a choni busa question.
That's why I'm so they are case. So Kotoko fans in THE, no money house for the THE. Young call for more yen for Mumba. You people should be very careful. Because all the foreigner and about one performance is a samba mudi nibia. Kasuso
$2 registered.
Yes.
High risk. High risk.
Because Sikakra would be registered no. Yes, kaketwa. We are also no nye player bit ma command is wabagana me ntwi aka 10,000. Dabi. Foreigner bia bagana one jo kra nye ne be $800 a month.
Wow.
Before and sometimes I mean na man because for na twere na yem pam players e wa Ghana ni nyina nkofa ho awo no de omo ba no mo ye be 6 ah. Be 3 or 4 the bit ma start game.
But say tia.
Because of FA requirements near there.
Untimi nye na all register omo no. Enye kaketwa ma de ne ba ha. Oye ho nti te bia o fa ya wankra na ma metia makom okona ma me abo apisu bi di ono ni mu bia wo kroma omo de ekura omo nte kasa no
yeah omo nka English
na omo no nso no omo adwuma ye na den omo ha adwen
okay
omo ha adwen bi onya ba no ba be hu anije ba ku mienu bia o ka hwe ontie kago mo visa francophone we no de na de na no de ba working with foreigners no enye is edi those de no some way somehow maybe a club need two side no but upo e be fa zara akọ
symbolic nya
was assembly me catch on say enye didia
me hwe home table no has the 17th
yes enye crowd
na Premier League table na has the 17th about 11 matches offer 18 points
enye crowd
11 matches and 33 offer 18
points if you nye bo tu kan ye pa
omoni biana
wan hwe na ayi na de ba seke ko
asi ta so no ne
wan hwe a ene house for ne mane na otuna the didi a hwe a house for no mane na for asi ba
wo another big game so wenchi young apostle ni bibi go stars
a match
and not the only advice ever me referee ko this game no onhwe omo suban no omo hwe no man fan ko
suban de ya
o ze
suban de
and also ni nyame na me ka cho
young apostles ni go stars
a big game that game na ano eden pa
especially the go stars yen
omo suban de referee suban de
o ni nyame na me ka cho etimbobo wi e be transfer discuss ball na e come one
aya omo nkodu ntem na na
nye no
omo nkodu ntem
omo koko asa penalties bi na ayo omo jejeje ne ball bi a shego yi na ni kura zo hu ye no na etwo bi onje penalty de eje penalty na wakoje no omo sa game mi si ani wo ho pa young apostles bi ani go stars wawu kofo boy sa match ni bi no teams na mi no kura la ze to form omo je ready so omo bo match ni ze de kofo boy wa chi no sa young apostles ni bi ani go stars
Ghana Premier League
every match is like a cranny and your crank on
your nations about so I mean for a club that almost won the league last season and I said almost did the unusual last season one or two issues be and I said the normal issues tells you were Ghana Premier League my main cancer with regards to hostility at certain grounds ne unforeseen circumstances no now fi about Johnny coach kwine now in the middle of the and I said round 1 obe struggle but yet round 2 if free bear the last 3 games no they seem to have found something omo winning against Medium which speaks very good volume of self but the more I say omo be survive and I say omo here feel comfortable near omo home invincibility no and I say how omo si bo omo home modern e wo fie so ahwe Nations FC in as much as say enkoyi kura ne de abu ni home hot de on twema and me beza me hwe home table no baby omoda wo hwe home table na Nations at that third 13 matches were for 29 points
okay
the 13 no 3 by 13 years even say 36 no team for 29 it tells you say and no alone say oh your manager now we share board now we chichi match say how do we survive with me disasters we have to say we've maintained our status quo we've set our standards high say ye bobo no fi nkwa and to score 3 unanswered goals against a Bechem side on fine enkoyi you say Bechem enkoyi there but you would always expect say at least Bechem will be up to the task but so munshe go cry beautiful goals no meet me Ediomato on the plate and I say on meet me I put you to the sword there it's just fantastic I feel almost only team omoni kotokoma hwe omu games pa eno ko hwe omu games na ball no mo ball in as much as say omo wini bebre no my ball no mo ball pa but eya na yo mo finish ni ade kakra bi and again the asa ha omo ne chawate form na ade pona na chawate yira na wa yira no unse last season chawate was the Ghana Premier League yes oko but started this season
on an 4
nya kuranti na koye anonkwa till say the left-footed guy no mo winger no okura brofodin bi no very finity omo left
emudie
omo your ball left tuntum ni modu watwa ne tibi no ya order right wing hono
okay me
penidi ma me okura brofodin bi ono no ena se say no wabegine ma all support strike omo ko fa ni free Accra so by recruitment no and also so fine. So clearly you could see say acquire one man show Echiro oni de Razak any the other guy on
Oku Gripman.
You could see say omo understand enough after say senior player Kufuor issues ne buy oje omo koen. Razak ni ono no we Echiro no have been stable. In the middle of the park, Prince Beduko ekran how mo bebre because omo guy bi anu a die niti omo friend party ni guy named the party. He had a very good game. I think one game bi am I've forgotten the opposition. Very good game. Consistently in 51 one also dominating. So you could see say nations team no coach Mpo man so enya antidote no. Play well at home. Just make sure say you survive at the hostile grounds and clearly they can regroup because time on also be so team you know. Now a timer e be din. So bit me I keep momentum no ato so because we hear Juma na coach ababa be ya to no ma e den na e be din. Now you go yenhwe other games no. Dreams up against Tima, your friend is Samatex. Matches like this, no. Ayana predicting Samatex up against Dreams.
Yeah.
Why is Samatex at home? You can't predict the Samatex beat Tima entirely in a season.
Yeah.
Samatex your team be a unim so hard drink. And I say unim so or a good or a formidable side. But a woman so Samatex I say a ye, I say ye. Then the same goes to Sad Dreams side. Two most unpredictable sides of Ghana Premier League no. Dreams and Samatex. You might not know what they will turn up to do. Into a game like this, you know. Samatex home invincibility need the name say a was out room or now qua a higher day ma wa untimi share different ball game altogether. Any dreams are in name say a dreams no. Person make dreams are name say a dreams no. Samatex any careful game way. Yeah. Only careful game way. For Vision FC become Chelsea, I believe say Vision FC or more manager and any more so nominating for manager of the month in the month of February. Vision FC ball mobile boy ewo kotoko ha say no. Enya wan wase Kamara ni man of the match. It should tell you something. Say they didn't just come to shut up shop, close low block no. They came to play. They had a very good game. Beautiful game. Omo captain Kitty B shot Mefinidi.
I saw.
Yeah, he had a very beautiful game.
I like when they na Najaman here.
Oni Bob.
I by the way on shanty nya former coach. Wilson. Yeah, Coach Wilson.
The mood.
So on na do by na Najaman.
Na do by.
On do mobile command. On Najaman there and 17 preparation no mo here for it dey be oni ogum.
Okay.
I the time anazi two dreams you know.
Yeah.
Zito national team about coach of the month na Zito.
For a drum on. But still let's give him his flowers.
Yeah.
I believe say Vision FC must survive here Anissa. Now Hearts of Folk can you name some defensively solid. They will be a hard nut to crack. No? The problem still persists in terms of scoring.
Yeah.
What is wrong with Hearts of Folk? And many mono with regards to scoring. Strikers no any form, fine, ejitum. Chance creation no craba. So what at all is did you not getting it right with regards to the forward line? We need the training methods ni ocho omo hono. Say omo dedicating minutes about defending minutes emma ball progression. I think they should focus a lot on finishing and chance creation. Defending, they don't have a problem.
Yeah.
Midfield, Ghana midfield, and I say Atutusisi. But a nim hono. Say nim hono. Say ha say yen in your ye. Baby or muda. Na ha say yen in your ye. Na omenya consistent run of winning 2 games. Square to aswa. Mediama will have to be very careful because they say Mediama no go start about 1 point. And House of Lions start here or take it off. Ye na free ho. Mediama so abet na for I think from November ba. Omada soro till say na no ya omulusu ba kubi. And from November, I think it's like January more. From November to January, media man lose game. Till says I think 30th January, we will fit him or Mushom. Sad defeat, you know.
Nations.
Yes, nations.
Nations, sure.
Nations 2-1.
But over there, we know sad 2 matches without go more trust or man losing it there. League no magic.
Yeah.
Oblast game no. And a Samate's game no. On magic. Now I'm going to go Oblast match in the
Eh.
Hey, I was with defense on us. Say there's a mercy as she shade you man. Because you very time could the one boy, you almost don't find the BB a mon Jacob Abu Mensa.
Okay.
Or the Nababi I this Dabi only sa player ni
Mubarak Nebo. Okay.
On the board the Nababi Ricky.
Okay.
Or the Rick another fine player, Ricky or Nababi Ricky. Now crown ball born wo chiri ho no. Ase ompere ne ho.
Composure no ho.
Na say say na enyo no na ye player bia kana Oblast ball bi sa ball no nke be she.
Wow.
Ona keeper ni ayi che koye no mu yi ball no to na chi na. For kwan akra ne fa so de ne nan ni si o ma ball no ball mu fa ba no so say no. Coach is bi mu ni majuma ko ba.
Yeah. And sad no so ka ho na eboa media ma. Those say our consistent side or key members or core areas no. But the woman no the player be aba be shim. Young boy unya Black Star koye enye mid number 8 number 10 Kelvin. Unse started na on kan ho and I said last season na but all of a sudden no the na be shim. Then fin was a Prince Salim be kwase wakwa bucha ba say hwese Salim be say timi be na fi Salim abishim na fa. E wo mu a chire wo say ne wo kan boy or the na be. Sa the ability to get a player no the na shim no what twice we bono. I think say no na aboa in as much as all round o my adwuma no. Eno ne ne ma the Ricardo kan ene ma wo ye coach.
Yeah, we all
enye lineup na be.
Come on din call akofa small boy be Rose Sparkle.
Okay.
On the so Oboni too. Another solid player. The Dina Mrefi, but he's a solid player. Solid player.
To the ability to spot talent, come in and play the role perfectly at a particular moment. And then you say, was manager be or it's a senior player and a trusted player and enkuye crow or be rely on one manager into bakone mrano na pressure ni stage fright at channel. But send you okay. Mamudu Koye wakofu obi a wa trusting our money ball. Center back pairing here I can say or the new guy be so about no so abishima or look at it. It's just fantastic. So mediama send you can say omo last 2 games no man lose no. But they should be very careful because you have Osea
no na right back.
Good.
Osea
na right back.
Kama din call you no na about no Sparkle.
No Sparkle.
And he's doing very well.
Wow. That's good. Pressing ni ebe hunse kotokos we ba ko Fakye to ebi no ababa bi shim
na seniors no credit o abalo mo ba kola ko ya di watem gravity.
Yes, so you should be able say meet me Fakye to ebi di abishima try ahwade ase na no na Zito na say Lawson ye man be bo na say yewe but all of a sudden ni ehun se mfimfim we say ehia DM ba kwa ka adabo ho tie nkofa Prince Owusumbra but ebi so if we had given the boy minutes kakra we do obebo 10 obebo 5 no FA Cup bi nanki a starting no ni ahwa ade ti with time na abu nkebeji na afa so Mediama should be careful.
One chance
So Mediama should be careful. Na Lions starting ya or da wa e be yi ni free one no because the way our goal stars a pushing him because of how our goal stars a pushing abu. They say in one point the next slip
oko but the no crime rate. Kodo Karela be cause quick one na menye bede
Kotoko Karela I'm praying for a surprise to say they see our young apostles there.
But Osan who draw.
Me say who draw a double chance because Karela so hono ena Kotoko ne Karela rain. So wow him the history behind it. And Nuruddin Amadou no is a sharp man. I mean Gindi say Coach Prince beat me up tactically. With the infancy wa.
But special bedding confirm Abdul Wahab Maluda or Dubai. Bro, Yamin Shell Papa na yo dano. The OPBM ramu kama pen farmer. But I'm sure I know who ye be no. When we said Rana, just na me santi say me feel a hard dream. Say Lebanon or crack can you suggest some Ghana don't talk away for Omo to ya to ye for the BSA. Auntie Maluda, happy birthday. From Wa Unia Nas. Na if you meme so enkwen fama na nyame hia pa. Kwagu?
Kwagu, mame wehye Keila Akio Konkatia. Me JHS mate Charlotte Lebanono Keila Akio Konkatia.
Alo letwara.
Oko school Baptist Educational Center. There was Santiago Gori. And then the first day I mean who's a Keila Eddie Akio.
Oh, okay.
Di ne ma sene ma me na muzanze Kyoko. No se ani. Ti Keila Kyoko nketia.
Ni unu ya.
Na wisha na onya okese.
We from.
We there me ba.
Ah, okay.
We there me ba. I mean fan se me ba won't me yemia. And I wait my mo fa asimum. But me person onya me ba. Ndi Keila na me wisha na onya okese.
Ba afro papa so hade. Ah.
Umba da bia me ne.
Da bia lo za Kyoko lo. Ala uti de karaze. Uti de karaze.
We there Kyoko. Na say Kyoko nyen kwan de Kyoko.
Da bi se bu dilo, bu fie die, wo fie. O fie
obi ara de Kyoko. Ama sa wa for de Kyoko obi.
Da bi bu fie no bu dilo no, o papa ma je obi ara Kyoko so de.
Obi ara de Kyoko.
E different bi se mu ye. Our father de.
Very beautiful girl. Very beautiful girl.
To go and quick one.
My birthday wish be my guy back. Ex-sticker. Boachi James.
The ref you cry. Yeah, sticker.
Yeah, sticker. Boachi James.
And then any birthday. Now, na so ba me soro na. Fatu so na me yenye ne enko a.
Me nya picture na ma production. Happy birthday, sticker.
Oh, mama nhwe na me fa ma na asma. Sticker de nyina nipa no. Oh, na you so that disappear anyway o tie ko.
On fa.
Onkafra sticker. And then
happy birthday, sticker. James Nyankopon sha of TV.
Here ma prepare ko nyamboa enwumre Fakye showbiz.